Hey, Amalgam, I need you to send a message out to some of the commission boards. Are you recording?
I am now, boss.
Yeah, those bozos down at the Sanguinary Steakhouse down in Laurencia decided to capitalize on Carpmas coming up here, and they're gonna be really cutting in on our business. They cut me out on all my advertising space in the area, and I'd like to teach them not to cater with the Captain of Curtsy, huh?
I'm sure I can find some hooligans for you, boss. Alrighty, folks. I'm thinking that... Hey, boss, you know I asked you to stop knocking my papers off the desk.
Alright, listen here, you miscreants of Caldena. I'll give you a prime spot on Captain of Curtsy's commission boards if you can find a way to run Sanguinary Steakhouse out of enough cash they gotta reallocate their advertising funds elsewhere. Kill the dishwasher, turn all their servants, staff into hedgehogs, burn the contracts of every employee they have, or put split pea soup on the menu. Anything you gotta do to discredit them enough where they'll have to spend a bunch of money to recreate their distinguished image.
Oh, I thought you said you were giving us all the commission boards, not cash.
Listen, I got a rival restaurant trying to pony up my customers for their holiday rush. I'll do what I have to.
Okay then. Looks like that's the job, folks. Leave your mark on this poster, and we'll be in touch.
Oh, hello. Hello, everybody.
Perhaps.
Hi.
Good
Everybody
evening,
wave.
everyone.
Say hello.
Welcome to my special parlor.
Welcome to the 10 Days of Tabletop. Tonight's episode is Dine, Dash, and Destroy with DM Jittersplat. Just a couple announcements before we go around the table and introduce everybody. Tonight, our sponsor is, as always, Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVACTER, all one word, for 10% off your dice order. And it won't get there by Christmas on standard shipping, but if you pay for the expedited shipping, you're probably in luck. As well, our 10 Days of Tabletop is in support of Extra Life. So we have an amazing team page that you can go to. You can pick the roster, go to the roster, pick any of the DMs that are listed there and donate to them directly. And that'll go to a Children's Miracle Network hospital. It'll go towards needed equipment, paying off hospital bills, and just getting those kids shit to do between appointments. So if you got a couple bucks, you can throw it their way. That would be awesome. And I'm just going to put it in there right now.
Not throwing away. This is a valuable cause.
We are almost at our extended goal. We already hit our original goal, and we're heading for our extended goal now. So you got a couple bucks to throw that way. That would be awesome. We're almost around $100 towards our extended goal. So that's awesome.
103.
103. Thank you. That's American USD, not Canadian. It's more like $1.25 ish. Sunday we have our next episode of 10 Days of Tabletop. It's Drury Lane with DM Jeremy at 7 o'clock. That'll be right here. And on Tuesday, Artemis and I and a couple of other folks from our Vacter Old Men Rolling Dice Circle are going to be over on Team Drew's basement for the adventures in Abalone, the Shattered Wedding. That's at 7:30. I don't know how to say it. I listened to the TikTok or the Instagram video he did saying it, and I just could not get it pinned down.
Alavandra.
Alavandra? Is that what that word says? Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Your R
We'll go
looks
with
like
that.
an N, so I was very
I'm
confused.
sorry, honey.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
That's
very
fine.
good.
So that's 7:30 over in Team Drew's basement. That's a couple underscores under there, but they're right here on Twitch and over on Instagram. It is Drew's return to DMing on stream, so we're really excited for that, and we got to be invited. So we like being invited to shit. I don't know why people invite us, but they invite us anyway. As well, all of our one-shots for this month from Spooktober and anything else we've done, guess where they're going? They're up on podcasts, or coming, if they're not up already. So if you're more of a podcast person instead of watching it on YouTube, which we are also on YouTube, you can check us out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music, and listen to our podcasts. The first 15 episodes of Mistwalkers and Fixius 5, which are our Monday, Friday campaign plays, are up.
Well, actually 16. as
16?
of today.
Okay, 16. And our one-shots are going up randomly and will be up at some point. I don't know the schedule completely. That's Artemis. Artemis is amazing and does all the things, and we love her. We love her. So let's go around the table and say hi to everybody. Starting with DM Jittersplat. DM Jittersplat, tell us who you are and where you come from. And where
Hello, I am. Where am I coming from? Where am I going? Cotton Eye Joe? I fucked it up. Hello, I am Jittersplat. You can call me Cass. My main home is over at twitch.tv/Jittersplat, where I play a lot of multiplayer games with my friends. I also have my own game, Captivate Curtsy, which is currently dormant, but is coming back in January that I play with players. Yeah.
All right, that's awesome.
I'm a proud co-streamer of the Vactor, so they were like, hey, do you want to do this? And I said, sure.
And then we said, yay, and made you do this.
Yeah, they locked me in my room until I wrote notes.
Yep.
A long time.
Very tiny font, 1 page.
Oh, yeah.
So next we have Marie. Marie, who are you? Amy.
It's all good.
Sorry, I'm used to calling you Marie by the sea.
Hey, you can call me A-Marie. You can call me Amy or Amy Marie or Marie. It's all my name. I will respond to most things, honestly. You can find me everywhere on the internet. I am A-Marie by the sea. I hang out on Instagram. I hang out on TikTok, on YouTube. I do lots of cosplay stuff or just anything that strikes my fancy, honestly.
Yeah, you do, and we love it.
Yay!
We adopted you at your the last one shot you were in with us, and that is typical for us. We kind of just
I was sitting at the pound, and you brought me in.
Yeah, we did. You were the derpy dog with one eye and missing a leg, and we're like, yes, we will take this one. Whether they like it or not.
You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later.
And I couldn't be happier.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Next up we have Plush, who looks like he is painting something. Yes?
No, he's still desperately writing down spells because has no idea what he's doing.
That works too. Well, who are you?
I am Plush. That's been a question I've been asking for over 50 years. Anyway, I'm Plush Viking. I build miniature terrain pieces on Twitch on Friday nights. 10 p.m. I'm also on Instagram. I'm Flocking Insane Plush Viking. And my life goal at the moment is to get my handsome-ish face on all of these games. Everybody's game. I want to be everywhere. You want to see me all over the place. It will be me. Other than that, I am a house husband and I have lots of free time. So, next.
All right, awesome. Davey. Not new, but sort of new. Tell us about you.
Hello. Yes, I was the tiny little chihuahua that just jumped in your purse as you were leaving with the pet that you wanted.
Yeah.
And you just found me shivering in the corner one day. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Oh. So yes, I am Davey Jones 13 from the Warlocks and Waffles channel. We are currently finished up sort of our Hash Browns and Hooligans campaign. We've got our sort of prologue holiday special on Monday night, and then I'll also be on that Sunday game here with the Vactor. So I do a little bit of DMing, a little bit of streaming, this and that, all over the place.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
You shouldn't have told me that you DM.
Now you get a little star beside your name on our list, and we go, hey, bitch.
Oh, no.
You want to run something? Which is what happened with Becky, accidentally on purpose, who ran a wonderful Shrek one-shot for us, and it was lovely. Becky, other than me going, hey, you're awesome,
Screw this
we love
stream.
you.
Replay that shit.
Right?
It was very special.
I don't know if you got our last invite for you to run something, but you should check out our video clips when you got a second.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi. I'm BeatsByBecky. And yes, I am a chaotic DM or swamp master, whatever game you decide to trip into. I mostly do Dungeons and Dragons content, but hopefully when I get a new computer at the beginning of this next year, we're going to be playing some other stuff. I don't know what it's going to be. Who cares? Right now we're playing D&D. But I also make a whole bunch of little maps for my stupid little stories. Right now I am running a game called The Inexplicable Inspectors, which is basically a D&D campaign if you crammed Phasmophobia, Ghost Adventures, and Supernatural into it. My players are ghost hunters, essentially. So that's been super fun. We're 3 episodes in and they're already war criminals. That's karma.
Why am I not fucking surprised? Oh my god.
I love this.
God's like, hey bitch, fuck you. So now I gotta figure out how to combat that.
Talk about derailing a freaking thing, right?
Anyways, you can find me on TikTok at BeatsByBecky. You can find me on Instagram at There and Back Again, and you can find me on Twitter at BeatsByBeckyTTV.
Yeah, you can, and definitely recommend. We love Becky. We love all of these lovely people. Don't we, Artemis? And Artemis, my wonderful cohort, tell me about you, even though I already know about you, but they may not.
Yeah, I'm Artemis, and I just kind of am always here.
You and
Never
Plush.
let Artemis go home. It's a true shame.
She's a ghost
I'm
in the
social media
machine.
manager. Yeah,
True.
yeah. Plush thinks I'm a robot because I don't sleep, and yeah, I don't know.
How fitting. With
You
the
are
character you're
playing a
today.
Warforged. It could
I
be
know,
like a little
right?
bit close to home.
Playing into the conspiracy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you just gotta redirect a little bit. But yeah, I'm the social media manager and content coordinator and resident crazy lady of the Vactaire. If you don't know who I am by now, where the hell have you been for the last month and a half? Because, dear God.
6 months, 8 months. Been a minute.
I'm coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
Like in 3 months. So,
Yeah, you are.
Can't get rid of me now.
Nope. I wouldn't want to.
I do too much stuff now.
Yeah, you do.
Become
Basically,
too
if Artemis and I have a falling out, the Vactaire's dead. Because I don't have enough time.
Oh.
But that won't happen
Yeah.
because we're besties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm DM Aphi. I run all of the administrative stuff here on the Vactaire. I handle all of the, hey Artemis, let's do this, and then Artemis runs and does it. I do all of the design work, and I don't fucking know. Basically, whatever
You
Artemis
You need this
doesn't do,
beautiful
I do.
overlay.
You
Yes.
have all the Megamind energy, and I've got the Golden Retriever energy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense. I got big picture. You got the little Polaroids.
I do want to Photoshop you guys as like Megabind and Sidekick now. Just get like little Artemis's head in like the fish tank.
There you go. Yep, there you
I'm here
go.
for it. I'm here for it. So, with that said, welcome to Dine Dash Destroy. Jitter, take us away.
Welcome, my friends, to Caldena, an island continent far flung from the normal regions of Faerun. On a different planet, perhaps. Who knows? Who can say? Similar laws of magic constrain this plane to the prime material existence. However, things run a little differently here. Centrally to the continent is the Great Caldena. It is an ocean inside the top of a volcano in which lives the titular carp of the Carpmas season. Happy Carpmas, everybody!
Happy
It is about 2
Carpmas.
weeks
Huzzah!
before,
Huzzah!
yes, absolutely. Huzzah! The
Happy
time of year where we
Carpmas.
thank the great carp that lives inside the caldera for not splashing the water over the entire continent and drowning the world in a torrent of frozen snow. Typically, in Carpmas, much like our own holiday season, it is a very commercially increased time. in which a lot of people will take vacations or, get stuck in a gilded portside city like that of Aurencia, the place where our adventure will be taking place this evening. The entire continent is going over almost kind of like a magical industrial revolution at this point in time, and Aurencia is one of the foremost cities adhering to this strategy. The buildings are striped with gold filings and expanding inland from the western ports, as is its wont, much to the chagrin of many local homesteaders that live in the woods beyond. Unfortunately, it is very far from the central caldera, and so it seeks to attract business via advertising. Bambooliga is a feline who runs a bar called the Captain McCurtsey, who likes to advertise in Aurencia in the winter season in order to gain business for said bar and its guild, the Adventurers. Unfortunately, those bitches down at the Sanguinaire Steakhouse have bought up all of his billboards, and so he has a plan. He posted some advertisements around Aurencia looking for the roughest and most humblest of hooligans the city has to offer in order to create a sham of the Sanguinaire Steakhouse in all of its rotting glory. And that is where you all come in. You all touched the poster with the silver paw print of a cat on it. You all heard the message that was played so graciously by Aphi at the start of the stream, and you all are now standing in the bitter cold, in the dreary night, with the moonlight reflecting off the golden walls of Aurencia, waiting for something to happen, because this is where Bambooliga told you to be. Let's go around, introduce our characters, and tell me what you all are doing. Do you know each other? How do you know each other? What shall you do on this bitter winter night? Let's start with Sir Jeremy Spottington, because it's the first one closest to me on the overlay, and I'm very excited about your character.
So, over in the corner, you see just kind of like shivering just a little bit, because he's not used to the really, really cold temperatures. Great hulking dog folk. He has a very shiny, well-kept coat, very swept back. He is armorless, but he has a gigantic shield at his side that he's kind of using to huddle and block some of the snow. And you just hear him kind of going as he's just a little cold. Just kind of shuffling the snow. Just
put his sad face down.
He's very new to town. Now. He's very new to town and has not had a chance to meet many people, though he's been trying to do some good deeds around town. He doesn't like people who take what other people's stuff.
He is the goodest boy, from what I have heard.
He is on the quest to be the goodest boy. He is
perhaps his Carpmas wish shall come true this evening.
He hopes so very much.
Aww. I give him little pets.
Yes.
Just a hand of God comes down from the air and touches his head.
You just see him
go next. If no one volunteers, I will pick you, because I am a cruel and unyielding master.
I'll go next.
Love it, thank you.
You see Ricardo standing kind of just out in the middle of the cold, hands in the pockets of his trench coat, kind of a fedora kind of hanging low, seemingly untouched by the cold, the very faint steam coming off of him as like the snowflakes and stuff just sort of and he's just sitting there waiting very patiently, just kind of humming a little Slovakian little nursery rhyme to himself as he kind of opens up and fingers the blades of his array of chef knives in his trench coat and then closes it again and just waits.
God.
I'll go. So I'm T81I, otherwise known as Tali, and she is a for Warforged, she's very freaking small. She's on the slender side, looks a lot like the robot from Treasure Planet, all elbows and knees and just derpy as hell, covered in pretty much rust. And she's sort of playing around in the snow with a small metal dog that always follows her everywhere. And she's got a big old backpack on and a tool belt around her waist. She's the repairman of the group.
Good. We'll go next.
Very good.
I'm Shane, and I'm a elf. Definitely not the sticky finger type. Absolutely not.
Oh, no.
No, got some space cinnamon buns on my head, red and black, and definitely am not eyeballing the shiny dog. No, absolutely not. Reaching into my pocket and trying to find something that's not going to make the dog sick from my sister's candy shop. Aphi? Dogs have taffy?
I think that's up to Tali.
You mean my dog?
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't really eat much, but sure.
All right, taffy. Unwrap it from its little wax paper, and it's like...
You, like, give it to him, and, like... So Bosco opens their mouth up, and, like, it disappears into the, like, arcane whatever is going on in there.
I need one. Real bad.
I hope it don't come up some gears. Perfect. Who's next? I think we got 2 left here.
So, while you guys are standing there, a very hairy pony covered in leather armor pulling a cart with a hulking form in the back who's whistling off key trundles up. And he gets out of the cart, and it is very obvious that it comes out of the ground an inch or so from his bulk, wearing basically workman's clothes. He's got a fur-lined vest, he's got a wool button-up shirt, wool pants, work boots, carrying a shillelagh. The only thing odd is that he's a 6-foot-tall turtle, and looks a little bit like someone who doesn't like being outside of their home or inside of the city. There is a definite look of disdain as he eyeballs the city proper, looks around the crew, gives Ricardo a little nod because he recognizes them from the farmer's market where he sells a lot of his unguents and potions and raw materials. And doesn't really say much. Walks forward, starts petting the pony's head, and seems to be examining a bunch of notches and grooves in his shillelagh that run the length of it.
I'm sure those don't have some sinister meaning inside. That's all above board.
That's all what you're seeing. Oh, sorry, I didn't. He's a little hard to see. He looks like he's moving, but he's not moving.
Perhaps his edges blend with the
magic
sleet
item?
and hail.
I don't know. What'd you take?
I took cloak of displacement.
I'm an illusionist. What else am I going to take?
There we go. If you guys manage to sneak a turtle into a busy restaurant, I'm going to be so impressed with you.
It's on the menu.
And last, but certainly not least, our good friend, the lady on the inside.
Hi, I'm Moira. Moira is a bubblegum pink tiefling. She's got this like wine mulberry like colored hair. Her like the tips of her little like stunted horns are like hot pink. What time of day is it?
It is evening. It is already dark outside. Past the, cause you know how it gets dark real early. It's maybe like our version of like
4 in the
4:30ish
afternoon.
p.m. Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost time for the dinner reservations to come in for the evening.
Okay, so she is like kind of hiding like her uniform underneath this like big coat, and kind of also like hurrying a little bit. She like is super proud of herself because she just mastered space buns. So when she walks in and she sees you, Artemis, wearing space buns, she's like,
"It's me,
fine.
Shane. Shane with the space buns.
It's fine.
Look at us, we're twinsies."
Oh
my god, I need horns too.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like the Spider-Man meme where they're like pointing at each other. Like, hey!
You look great. You look
great
amazing.
Too.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I bop your buns? Is that alright? I want to bop your buns.
They are going to be very crunchy. I
That's
use
okay.
whatever
That's
the
what they're
fantasy
there
version of hairspray is. It is not gonna feel good.
They
but
should be
sure.
weapons. Let's be real. And a bop.
Yeah, I totally.
You could use them as rocks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
It could kill a man, and we love that. Anyways.
But yes, as we observe this motley crew, huddled or not so huddled in the cold, dreary night, perhaps those of you with a higher passive perception start to notice something in a nearby guard shack from the edge of the around the edge of the city here. The door starts to shake a bit. It starts to tremble and rattle in the night. You can hear it kind of fiddling on its hinges, and a golden light starts to come from the moon-shaped cutout in the center of the doorway. And suddenly there's a crash, and the door is flung open. And inside is not the inside of a guard shack, but a warm blast of air. And a porch? It looks like the porch of a ranch house, or like the wraparound porch of almost like a Western tavern. And from this porch steps a small, maybe 3 foot tall little creature. Huddled in a thick, fur-lined winter coat, wearing a blue and red hat. And lumbering out behind him is a tall, large, bulky automata made of purple swirling smoke with a cracked crystal at its center, and a pair of iron lumps that serve as its eyes, where you think its head really should be, but you aren't quite sure. And when this first figure sees the lot of you walking around, he flips back the hood of his fur coat, claps his paws over his head, and says, "Well, welcome, my motley crew. Are you all here for the commission? Yes? Well, I do know your names. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have you here tonight. I am Bambooliga. How are you all doing?"
Do you have space buns too?
He kind of like lifts his hat. I have ears. I don't really much have hair
right.
like the rest of you, but that does. I think that would help. Yeah, that's about what I'm working with.
I'm so sorry. How long is this gonna take? I do have to get to work very soon.
Well, that's really up to you. See, and he kind of looks around. He's like, "Well, you all know why you're here. I need you to, what's the word? Slander a certain establishment that has really just put a wrench in my gearbox. That doesn't exist yet. In this reality, I need you to go, as you know, to the Sanguinaire Steakhouse, the port restaurant. And they've really just bought up all my advertising space. And I have a lovely bar. I don't know if you've heard of it. Perhaps you'll like to come back for drinks once this is all done. Assuming that you all live to the Captain and Curtsy. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's a lovely little place in a little pocket dimension I made. But yes, a couple of you I know are from the city. Perhaps you know the steakhouse Moira. Is it? Yeah, I believe you work there, correct?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you sound so disappointed. What's wrong?
I just, you put your heart and your soul into, like, your dreams, and then you have to work, which you put more of your life and soul into. And you do that for, like, a year, and you think, like, oh my god, these people are, like, my family, because I spend, 90% of my time working. And, like, who else would want to, consider you family than the people that you spend the most time with? Anyways, and I do not want to be a server for the rest of my. I am an actress.
Of course.
I do the work. Okay, I do the work. And this year, I had written my own 25 act one woman show, Carpmas Monologues. And I thought, oh my god, I have been spending so much time working here, covering so many shifts, and I was like, Lord and Lady Stoker, could I please put on a performance of the Carpmas Monologues at the restaurant, considering, we are like pretty much family at this point. And they said no. And I was like, okay, Moira, it's a busy night. Maybe they're just overwhelmed. So the next day I asked them and they're like, Moira, no. And I was like, okay, it's another busy night. And then I was rejected.
Amalgam walks over to you and puts a purple hand on your shoulder. You realize this thing is much denser than it appears to be. And they say to you, "You're in luck. This is your chance to right the wrongs the restaurant has done to you." And Bambooliga hops up on their shoulder and says, here's your chance to burn your place to the fucking ground.
Yes.
But yes, for the rest of you, and he spins around on Amalgam's shoulder and says, yes, for the rest of you, perhaps remember the summons which I granted. What needs to happen this evening is you need to cause enough damage to the steakhouse and its brand, where they have no choice but to pull their advertising to the billboards, lowering them to the price that I can afford so I can reclaim my advertising space and generate the revenue which I so rightly deserve.
How do people get to you when you're in a pocket dimension?
Well, there's a little song and dance you can do. No, I'm not joking. Any door can lead you to the Captain and Curtsy. And if you know, you know. So.
And you need the... Alright. That just seems really counterintuitive. I feel you would have a better idea if you had like a storefront.
Well, that's why I have to advertise so much. Do you think I chose a pocket dimension? I'm sorry.
Exclusivity.
Chaenath?
Shane is fine.
Why'd you spell it like that? What are you doing?
I didn't spell it like that. My parents did.
I see. Well, I could. Listen, you're not the first that have hit people I've worked. If you need them dead,
your
I can
tongue
like
can't
fix
wrap
it.
around Elvish pronunciation. I understand. So Shane is just fine.
Okay, well, you know what? That's fair. I am a bit dull. That's why Amalgam takes care of most of the restaurant work. But yes. So basically, what needs to happen is you all. I think you all have reasons to be here. Otherwise, you would not have answered the call. However, I think I can compensate you each fairly. I do like to pay for the work I offer. However, this can never be connected to me. If there's such a scandal were to get out that the Captain of Curtsy was engaging in direct defamation to an opposing corporate force, the losses would be enormous, and I would have to close shop. So if this comes back to connected to me in any way, shape, or form, none of you will be paid by either cash or, as we had previously established, posting a commission on my own commission board to be completed for free without the standard fees and services I require. So, as long as this does not come back to me, y'all are set!
So, bodily harm?
Questions? Oh, go wild, my man!
Alright.
Lady, I'm so sorry.
That's alright.
Alright, lovely. Bodily harm.
I just kind of want to circle back to one thing that you said. Earlier,
sure.
you said you created the pocket dimension, but then you told Shane, well, do you think I chose the pocket dimension? It kind of sounds like you very evidently chose the pocket dimension.
It was... The pocket dimension was kind of a side effect of a different event.
What does that mean?
And now I that's not important. You really don't need to know.
I feel like it's relevant.
Do you have an alibi?
I kind of feel like it's important.
Do I have an alibi for living in a pocket dimension?
No. Do you have an alibi for tonight?
Oh, the alibi is I wasn't there and it wasn't my job.
I'm just asking if they already know that you're mad at them, because then they're going to just be like, well, if anyone did anything, gonna be this person, and then it's not gonna be our fault.
Also,
Well,
that's not how alibis work.
No, it's more so if they can't trace it to me, they have no way to prove that was my fault. And damn, it's just so unfortunate how this stuff works out sometimes, you know?
Yes, discretion is expensive.
And I have plenty of coin. Fear not, my chef.
Apparently not enough
Very
to buy
good.
its own ad space.
Well, I'm getting the coin. I don't have to explain myself to you. Your pay is coming from the revenue I will generate by having my ad space back.
Alright, I'm just saying. It's sus, is all. That's all.
I'm sorry, sus?
Sus.
I might be a bit old for that one.
Yeah, a little bit, obviously.
Ah, well. It's a shame, ain't it? Well, my knees are not getting younger, and it is bitter as the hells below. So I am going to step back into my cozy little pocket tavern.
Chatterbox!
What?
Chatterbox, do you have a place for my here, horse?
Does your horse mind a porch?
As long as it is warmer than the surrounding area, he should do fine.
Oh, we got that covered. We got a big old fire inside the CNC. Yeah, that will not be an issue. Yeah, I can take your donkey, horse. I'm sorry, it's really dark.
Princess. Just
Princess.
call him Princess.
Princess, love it. Okay, yes. Bambooliga snaps his fingers and says, well, last chance, questions? Anybody? Yes? No? All right.
How do I get Princess back from you?
Oh yeah, we need the
Chatterbox?
dance.
You do? Well, here. I don't normally do this. And Bambooliga reaches into one of the pockets inside of his fur coat. And he pulls out a small slip of paper. And on that paper is written a small chant, which I definitely have memorized, and I'm not needing to pull up my notes as to what the chant is right now. Here we go.
You don't hope we're gonna remember it. Like, come on.
So you're good. That's why I'm handing you a piece of paper. He hands you a piece of paper, and wrapped inside the paper is a set of cat whiskers. He says, okay, all you gotta do is find any door, window, anything that can open. All right, this is this part of it. And the first knock, I call upon the great beyond from deepest dungeon or lands of sun. Second knock, right, still with me here. Okay, love it. To take me to my safe retreat, to knit a path that yet unspun. All right, cool. Third knock, to hail me with great food and drink, to grant me endless, boundless fun. And at that point, when you open the door, you'll be on my porch.
Well, that's one way to make sure nobody who's previously inebriated gets into your establishment. That's a lot of words, Chatterbox.
Like,
that and the big
you
friend
make it a
here.
little easier if you wanted to sell your wares and your services. Like, knock knock, I'd like to come into the tavern, please. And then you just go in.
Bambooliga, you see him kind of wave his hands under his cloak, and he starts to levitate up to your head height, and he rests a hand on your shoulder and says, clearly, I'm sorry that you don't have the talent for showmanship that your friend here seems to. And he gestures to Moira, but surely you'll back me up here that a little bit of
real rude.
I'm just
That was
saying,
pretty
like,
rude.
from an advertising standpoint, you kind of lost people probably after the second knock.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm for
exclusivity.
sure not remembering any of that. I'm so sorry.
That's
Yes,
why you have a
I
paper
agree.
right here.
I am pretty smart, but that's difficult.
It's stupid. I'm sorry.
As long
Oh my
I-
god!
If
I
you
will
want
take
to-
her cut
Hey,
of-
you, yes.
I will take her cut of the pay.
I mean, you can try, honey, but it ain't gonna work out so well for you.
All right. I will just one note: if you lose the whiskers, you're a bit fucked. If you pull the whiskers off a cat that's just walking around, first of all, that's rude, and it will open a portal to the fire planes. You gotta like scrounge some ones that have already fallen off of a cat. So aside from that, you're good.
Wait. So we need the knocks, the stupid riddle, and whiskers that have naturally dispersed from the cheeks of a feline of some sort?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you could talk to the feline,
No
consensually
wonder
get
your
the
business
whiskers.
is failing. My goodness.
My
Good
business is doing
Lord.
great. Don't you worry about that. I got a whole adventuring guild. It's great. You should join sometime. The adventurers, they're a lovely group.
Is there like
Guild
3 of
doing great,
them?
or is it the restaurant?
Huh?
I got it.
Is the guild doing great, or is the restaurant doing great? There's a difference.
I got a headache from this chatterbox already.
Well, maybe it's my cue to leave then. Amalgam, and he points to the back to the little guardhouse door, and Amalgam slowly nods their head. And
This better work to
lumbers
get
back.
I better get my horse back.
Oh, you'll get your horse.
This
Don't worry.
better work.
I have a tag on your soul now that I can contact you if I need to. Thanks for that, by the way. Bye-bye.
What?
Mr.
What?
Amalgam,
What-
before you
what
go,
is his
can I
tag?
just apologize to you? I'm sorry you have to deal with this.
He is my creator. I have no choice.
You always have a choice.
Well, perhaps when you visit someday, you will see what we really do here. Good evening to you all.
I would love to visit,
Take-
but it seems redundant.
Take care of Princess. Take care of Princess, big boy.
Yeah, you kill Princess and I'll kill you. Just putting it out there. I love that horse now.
You kill Princess,
Amalgam.
I cook you dinner.
I think...
I live in a restaurant. Oh, Ricardo.
Mr. Ricardo, do you mean you will cook them as dinner?
Yes.
Princess be
Yes, I
I'm
see.
confused. Is Princess still here? In what part of the conversation
Princess
she
is
still
being
involved in?
led by a chain of purple smoke from Amalgam's hand towards the door.
Sweet dreams, Princess.
Yep. Bambooliga says, "Well, good luck. If you need me, you got the chant and the whiskers.
What?
Don't lose those, and I will see you later. Hopefully, when I have some more billboard slots. Bye bye."
I'm so
Listen,
here for all of this chaos.
I don't
hear
remember
that?
his name. How am I going to remember the chant?
Gave us a piece of
You
paper with
have,
it.
It's written
We have a
down.
paper.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you have a paper.
Don't worry, you
Right.
don't gotta remember your lines. It's fine.
Oh my
Jethro,
God,
that was
We're not
handed
going
to
off
you
book.
by Bambooliga, since it's your horse that he has.
What was that? Sorry? I moved my headset.
You're good. Bambooliga handed you the piece of paper with the cat whiskers and the chant on it.
Excellent. I better write that down.
You're good. I have it written down if you don't.
Good. I won't write anything down. It's a one shot.
Perfect.
Memory not required. My specialty.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Y'all are just here to have fun and look pretty, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll have fun.
But
Not sure about
anyway,
that other
yes, so
part.
you all now are in the bitter cold, sitting outside Orencia. The gates are open, but there's no guards posted outside because that's ridiculous. It's cold. They're a bit too well paid and lazy for that.
Is there a dominant race in this establishment, in this city?
In the city, the native race I would say is a pretty good mix of different humanoids, elves, actual humans, half elves, dwarves, that kind of thing. However, this city is a vacation hotspot for nobles and wealthy retired adventurers. That's why it's the gilded city. This is where people come to retire for their golden years and to visit during the Carpmas season.
Tali, who was playing with Bosco the entire time all of that happens, had no idea what just happened, looks around at all of you and goes, "Where are we going?"
Don't worry, child. Actress. What would be the best? What would be the best costuming in this here city at this time and this season for us to go relatively undetected?
Honestly, just
And I walk
walking-
over and I scratch the goodest boy on the top of the head with my big talons.
Okay, so just so everyone knows, my name's Moira. I will go by Moira. If you call me actress, well, I'm going to be super flattered. It's not going to get you anywhere. Honestly, the best way to just go in undetected is to just go into the restaurant, wait for a table, sit at the bar. Don't draw attention to yourselves. It's a busy place with a lot of people.
I still stand out all might. We also have a talking trash can with us. This is an interesting assortment of individuals. You are telling me none of us are going to stand out in there?
I'm not saying that none of you are going to stand out. I'm just saying, like, don't go as a group.
And don't you worry,
I also
you're gonna
may
all
have
slip
a
in
reputation
oh, you do you?
in the restaurant business in the city.
And?
Just putting it out there.
What is this reputation?
Oh, it's not good.
Well, I am no performer like Miss Curry here. However, I have no issues with drawing attention to myself. So, if you would all like to, how shall we say, slip in the back way, I'll make sure nobody's watching.
Right. Okay. So I can, like, kind of give you guys, like, a rough idea of what this place looks like. I don't know if that's going to help you or
Absolutely.
not.
Moira,
gonna,
for those who don't know, Moira, like, works here. Or worked?
Work. I'm still working.
Okay, maybe not after tonight. We'll see what happens.
Oh, and she has a whole thing planned, don't worry.
Lovely.
So she's gonna
I love that laugh. That was a great evil laugh.
Yeah.
She's going to pull out, like, from her bag, like, a notebook, and she's going to start, like, crudely sketching, like, the layout of the restaurant, and on, like, little pieces of paper and, like, handing it to everybody.
I can just kind of show that JPEG I sent you, that glossy PNG.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you sending?
So I sent it to Moira because Moira knows the restaurant since she works there. I did not send that to the rest of you since you haven't been there, but this is kind of the general layout. That is so bright. I might.
If you want to send it in the chat, I can share it on the stream.
Perfect. In the Discord chat?
Yep.
Okay.
What
I'm
are
not
in there too?
aware of
She's
my
like,
ring lights.
Tali would have been in there too. She's like she's been there for repairs and stuff. So.
Okay. I'll give you guys kind of like the lowdown then. So this is kind of a more fine dining kind of dinner and theater sort of establishment. It is a steakhouse.
Yeah.
People assume the fact that it's spelled STAKE house is a misspelling, but no one's quite sure.
Blah blah
Aside from that,
blah.
when you walk in, you kind of walk in under. You kind of walk in under this loft, that wraps around 3 corners of the building opposite the stage. Let me just kind of upload this bad boy right here. Doobie-doobie-doo. Perfect. My beautiful, beautiful sketch. Yeah, you walk in under this. There's a large stage, maybe 20 feet wide in the center, where there's usually music or small theater, as Moira was hoping to do. There is a pretty sizable kitchen off of the main building, and that, like I said, that loft that wraps around 3 sides. There's a stairway in the middle. Moira, you would also there's some trap doors in various places throughout the restaurant that are always closed, and you only ever see the 2 owners, the Lord and Lady Stoker, entering with a few esteemed guests. None of the employees are quite sure what goes on down there, but more people go in than out.
So, I know our client has mentioned slander and various things in disgrace. Why not we don't just burn the place down?
Slander is so much more fun.
Because they can.
Also, there's a
rebuild.
lot of innocents in there.
Like, it's gonna garner, like, public sympathy. Like, oh my god, our restaurant burned down at the busiest time of the year. Boo-hoo for us. And we don't want that to happen either. We want them to feel crushed from the inside out. Like, no hope.
Ruin their reputation.
That does
and
sound
then
like
ruin
more
the
fun.
establishment.
It does.
Yeah, we want to make them suffer. We don't want to end them outright.
I want their dreams to die in front of their eyes.
I'm pretty good at that.
I do say I can do exactly that.
I thought I was dark.
Oh, Mary Carpmas.
Jethro walks over
Artemis.
to Ricardo, and I'm going to hand you a bag. It's the normal herbs that you tend to buy at the market. I was making a trip anyway, and I thought I might run into you.
Thank you. I appreciate this. No, I'll slip you the regular little bundle of cash.
Flip him something.
Don't worry about
deal?
it. This
Outside
one's
the city
on the
walls?
house. This one's on the farm. We had some extra, and I was making a trip.
I appreciate it.
I ship it.
Cook the right things for the right people with it.
I always do. I'll cut you a bit.
Again, scratch doggy head. Trying to stay as far away from the tin can as possible and looking at it side-eye. Most of the time.
Spot has really just been busy
Sorry.
trying to figure out how you make the space buns so he can do it in his fur.
Oh.
Oh, honey, do you want some help with that?
My hands are very good for
All right, I got you. I
style.
got you. So,
So, Moira,
Moira is
could you
doing
teach
the
this?
layout. I'm gonna make space buns as best I can out of the fur, around and behind the ears.
Continue on with your plan, honey child.
Oh, wow. Wait, I don't have, like, the plan. I have the plan for when we come out on top, but I don't have the plan on getting to the top. I'm more of a,
Can you get us to the establishment or somewhere adjacent to said establishment?
I mean,
It's
Is there a
restaurant. We just
nearby
have to go in
cafe?
and ask for a table.
Now,
I
first
honestly
we
think,
have
like,
to case the joint. You know that.
Oh,
it's
honey.
gonna be so busy. There's no way that we're going to be able to case this joint discreetly. It would be easier for all of us to just go to the restaurant and figure it out there than it would be to case the joints.
I would like to see the kitchen.
I can take you to the kitchen.
I
This
can
is all
unfix
laboring
stuff
under
there.
the illusion that Shane has been there with the hoity-toity folks that she's ultimately corrupted.
Are you a grifter?
No, sir. How
She
dare
would
you?
never admit that to you.
My
I mean, I
word.
admire deception. So,
Bless
are
your
you a
heart.
grifter?
I am not a grifter. I'm a lover of all things shiny.
Gaslight? Girl boss? Gatekeep? I don't know how that
Gatekeep?
phrase goes, but here you go.
Hashtag girl boss CEO, boss bitch, slaying it.
Speaking of gatekeeping, at this point, after the space buns are nearly complete, you see a pair of Dragonborn walk out from a garrison inside the city gates, inside, like, built into the wall of Aurencia. They are both kind of carrying their helmets, and they kind of have their weapons are still scabbarded and put away, but are equipped as they begin to trot towards you, kind of waving to you in the colds and snow.
Ollie just waves back.
Yeah, you hear them saying, you hear them yell like, "Are you folks okay? You've been sitting out in the snow for a long time."
It's alright, darling, we're drunk.
Fine.
Do you-
No, we're fine.
Oh, he looks back. "Bartleby, we've got some more. Call the paddy wagon."
Balls,
Rush
run
up to
for
them.
it.
I'm gonna rush up to them. I'm gonna rush up to the Dragonborns.
Okay, you rush up to the Dragonborn.
Oh my god, it is so nice that you are so worried for our well-being. That's incredible. But we are absolutely fine. We're just having a little bit of a reunion. We're all old friends, and everyone just happened to be in town for the holiday, and we just planned to meet up here before going to the steakhouse for dinner and
Well,
drinks.
Oh, the steak! You landed a reservation at the steakhouse at this time of year?
I know some people. I know
Oh
people.
my goodness, that must be so impressive, Lady. I'm sorry. Your name?
Curry, Moira
Lady
Curry.
Curry. Ah, yes. And the guard makes a slight bow to you. Well, perhaps your party would like to. There's been some weird flashes of light surrounding the city recently, and I've almost heard like tavern music outside the walls, and we're not quite sure what's going on. And I don't want any dangerous beings to come through. And why don't you come inside the city limits where we can better protect your group?
Oh my god, hang on, guys, come on, let's go. Let's go before we get any more trouble.
Where are we going?
To dinner. Like we talked about and planned on doing.
Come on, Tally, and I'll loop my arm.
Roll
Just-
deception, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe or should the guards roll an insight check? I guess is the better question.
Both?
When I said that Tally was like the robot from Treasure Planet, I meant she's like the robot from Treasure Planet. She's not all there.
Okay.
Should I roll deception against their insight?
Yeah, roll deception against their insight. I believe it or not, I've not prepared a stat sheet for the random Dragonborn guards, so we're gonna BS this a little bit.
12.
All right, what'd you get?
Ooh, that's gonna be a 31.
It's...
Pardon me?
Actress.
I have a plus 11 to deception.
You got this
They rolled a
reservation?
9.
Moira!
I think I
They
believe
have
it.
never
We're going
believed
for dinner, and
anything
it's going to be real
more
nice.
conviction than this thing that you said. So yes, there is no suspicion raised as
You have
say this.
conjured an actual reservation into being.
Yeah.
You've
Just
made
have
a
to
That's
raise your
pure
hands.
bullshit. Just pure bullshit reservation.
You're the Rumpelstiltskin of the group, turning bullshit into gold.
That's what am I if not that?
What else is an actor? Yes, the guards usher the lot of you inside the city and say, well, oh yes, I'm sorry, I don't want you to be late for your reservation.
Thank you.
Here, if you walk down this street, you'll eventually, this is the main thoroughfare, and get to the port side, you'll see the steakhouse just a block down on your right. I don't want to hold you folks up anymore. Please have a lovely evening
Thank you
here
so
in
much.
Aurencia, the Gilded City.
Have a
Bye-bye.
blessed
There is
Hi.
a squeaking noise on every second step from the robot. A loud,
Why?
creaking, screeching, grinding noise. Because I feel like it, and I can. I cast minor illusion for a sound, and I just keep doing it whenever step. It's kind of my thing.
As soon as Tally figures out that she's making a sound, she digs in one of her bags and takes out a little tiny oil can. Oh, this foot, man! Every time, tries to oil her foot.
Please deal with that. It's very annoying.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
How big are you?
I can help. Do you need help?
How big is Tally?
Yeah.
She's for a Warforged, she's really fucking small. She's only 5'7".
That's almost taller than me.
I'm gonna say that's
I'm baby.
that's almost my height.
Warforged are 7 to 8 feet tall. She's really small.
If you're hurt, I can help you.
I think I'm okay. I'm not sure. Sometimes my foot makes noise. Also, I can't seem to decide on what accent I'm going with. We're gonna be bouncing around for a little while.
That's all right, honey. Sometimes the
Your
accent
voice
just
simulator's
comes
on
to
the
you.
fritz this evening.
Once we're kind of out of earshot from the guards, I'm gonna kind of motion for us to get behind a wall. All right,
Weird.
so I think one way to really strike, a
happened?
soft spot.
My DM is gone.
Oh,
Nope.
sorry, did I die?
Yeah.
He disappeared, and
Lord.
everybody was like,
Everything was out
I'm
of whack.
alive, I promise.
So I think a sensitive spot to really strike here. are what's underneath these trapdoors. So I think our best way to bring whatever level of shame we want, one key component of that is to kind of unearth what is happening underneath the restaurant.
Does the kitchen have a fresh air intake? And is there a refuse pile around here?
I don't know what that means.
Garbage, filth.
I'm sorry that I'm not to your liking, Jethro, but we can maybe take it down a notch.
No, I'm not calling you filth, dear. I am asking if the restaurant has a fresh air intake and a garbage pile around the back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely some dumpsters behind the building.
Well, that's where he's heading then.
Okay,
I'll catch up with you in a minute.
If you guys want to like go to the bar or get a table, I can make sure that happens. And if you guys want to cause scenes, I don't know, like make me take the food back or something. Maybe that'll start stirring up the like.
I do need a bit of a wardrobe change, so just hold on to your knickers. I'll be right back. And I just kind of like move into an alleyway to change.
Sure, I think at this point you guys are at the port side, and you kind of round the corner, as the guard said, and you see a block down. You see a large firelit sign that says the Lord and Lady Stoker's Sanguinaire Steakhouse. The restaurant itself has a brilliant facade made of wrought iron and scarlet tapestry that kind of spreads through the front of the building and connects it to its neighbors, which are some very touristy kind of pawn shops. Honestly, it's a little bit sad, but yes, the restaurant itself is emblazoned with a lot of wrought iron, open torches, and scarlet tapestry that kind of adorns the outside, with mahogany steps that bring you up to the front of the building, where you see two guards. So maybe not guards is the right term. Bouncers standing at an entrance.
Like I said, I'm heading around back to the alley where the cook's entrance is.
There's a trash can there.
I'm also looking if there's a fresh air intake for the kitchen and the general establishment.
Yeah, I think maybe not so much a fresh air intake as there is like a window that you could kind of hear like the clatter of pots and pans inside, where you assume it's the kitchen.
Is it open?
It's propped open, but it's got that like frosting on that glass where you can't really see inside. You can just, but there is like airflow through there. You assume it's kind of ventilating the kitchen a little bit.
So things can go down into the window or up into the window. It's important on where I put the filth.
You're good. So the window's like this. It's like open like this, away from the wall. The bottom is the open part.
Okay, so I can look in and see the ceiling maybe at a right angle?
Correct.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'm going to dig around in the garbage for the smelliest, most rotten piece of food I can find.
Make an investigation check for me.
While he's doing that, I'm changing out of my leathers into a very bougie garment, something that you would not wear unless you were Canadian and going clubbing in Toronto in negative 20-degree weather.
I love it.
Very like strappy, low cut. You know, the boobs are taped into place, so they're not going anywhere. And then the dress is like taped on. And it's very short.
That's just immobile.
Yeah, very short, heels up to like 3 inches. And yeah, that's what I'm going in.
As soon as you come back out of the alley, so like the whole walk there, Tally's been like messing with something that she's working on. And as soon as you come out, she hands you like this. It looks like a headband, but there's 2 like ram horns on it, and she holds it out and she says, "You said you wanted horns."
Allie. Oh honey, I love them, and I put them on. And adjust my space buns. Alright, Moira, what do you think?
Carpmas miracle.
So good. It looks so good. Ricardo, you said you were a cook of some questionable reputation.
Yes.
Would you like to fuck up this menu?
We need to put a cooldown on the hydrate.
There is one.
It would make me very happy to do so.
All right, you're gonna come with me.
Yes.
And I'm going to take Ricardo by the arm and like kind of lead him to like wherever the staff entrance is.
Mhm.
Good luck,
I
everybody
think you
else.
would know where that is. It's like around the back third of the building.
Yeah.
Kind of like where I am.
It's on the opposite side. Oh god, my
All
camera.
right. Oh, he's gone.
It's okay. My camera, so my computer does not have enough power output to power all the auxiliary stuff I have plugged into it, so sometimes my camera turns off. I just have to turn it back on, that's fine.
So you also have a potato.
Yes. I have a not potato unassembled next to me. My case just has to come in the mail. Okay, so currently we have Tally and Shane in front. We have Ricardo and Spot. Or sorry, Ricardo, who did you pull with you?
Moira
that was
pulled
Moira.
Ricardo.
Moira pulled Ricardo.
Oh, Ricardo and Moira at the staff entrance, and we have Jethro burrowing through the garbage.
And I rolled a
What's Spot
14
doing
on
at this time?
investigation.
Okay, I'll get to that in one moment. What's Spot doing?
Depends. Do you want to guard or do you want me to go do? I can join the trash.
You can come with me as my companion.
I make a good guard dog.
Yeah, you do. I know you do. Those buns look so fucking cute on you.
I feel very pretty.
You are very pretty.
As you should.
You want some candy?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I got taffy.
Perfect.
I think I can.
With a
Not
14
chocolate, taffy.
investigation.
No.
Chocolate's interesting. Yes, sorry, with a 14 on investigation, you actually find like there's like a burlap sack, that's kind of like buried under the top layer of garbage, and inside is you open it and you just go, oh god, and it's a sack full of spoiled meat. Looks like steak cuts that were perhaps left out for too long and had to be tossed, unfortunately. But yes, there's some rotten meat in this garbage pile.
Excellent. So I get to a place where I can see up into the window, and I am going to cast Creation. In the window, a 5-foot cube of rotting, filthy meat is going to appear in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
And then I'm going to walk away.
Okay. Inside the kitchen, you hear an assortment of poor food service workers who are just trying to make it through the night. Go, oh god, oh. You hear like one person vomit. And then the next the next thing you hear is a very loud and frankly a bit spine-tingling slurping sound. And then the kitchen goes quiet for a moment. The sounds of clatter return, of food making return. That slurping sound is met by kind of like a tearing of and shrieking of metal. And after a few slurps, all that remains of your subterfuge is the reek of rotten meat on the air.
Oh, that's something. But I'm just going to walk away because I'm assuming that's going to do something. I'm going to head around the
Certainly
front
something to set up for later.
at this point.
Perfect. So, as Jethro is doing that, Moira, you and Ricardo at the staff entrance, what is your dastardly plan to gain entrance to the restaurant?
Again, like I usually do.
I was gonna say, you probably have a key, or at least are able
Yeah.
to knock and get in.
Yep, and I'm gonna take Ricardo. Is there like a locker room? Like what? Like, is there a place with like
Yeah,
fresh uniforms?
there's definitely a staff room
Okay.
where people have like lockers. None of the locks actually work. There is no security in this staff room, unfortunately, for the workers.
That sounds
But
about
yeah,
right.
you walk in, you see there's like a table that you guys normally use for breaks that's been kind of filled with the bags and backpacks of the temps that have been hired to kind of fill out the staff for the holiday season. There's some very tacky papercraft Carpmas decorations that have been kind of hung on the sides. You could tell this was done by employees on their breaks because the managers would not splurge for actual decorations that aren't on the show floor. But yes, you are in the break-in with Ricardo.
I'm gonna find him like a uniform, like a chef's uniform. I don't know if there's like any spares or if I have to like pick pieces from lockers.
Ricardo will see you rummaging around for clothes, and he'll say, if it's a chef's uniform," and he'll unbutton his trench coat and kind of throw down the top of it, and it like falls down and turns into kind of an apron skirt, but it's covered in like knives and spatulas and serving forks and things. And he's got like the chef's coat on above that with the sleeves rolled up to his mid forearms. And he's like, I think this should be good, right?
Ricardo, and she's gonna take off her coat and just like toss it to the side, so she's like in her uniform, which is like this little. She's got like a white blouse on. There's like her like little ties, like a ribbon tied in a bow, with her like black apron, and she's ready to work and ruin these people's lives. And honestly, Ricardo, I can't thank you enough for being here. Let me show you where the kitchen is. Honestly, I don't care what you do, just make it ghastly.
I do worry.
I think at this point, as you guys are discussing and doing a little costume change, there's kind of a clunk at the doorway as someone bangs into the door frame, and you see a turtle standing in the doorway that's like, its shell's a bit too wide to like fit the doorway the normal way, so they kind of step back and like go sideways and kind of shimmy on through the door and says, I'm sorry, hi, I was just taken by 15, I'm sorry, I forget your name, Missy?
Moira,
yeah. So I'm Cletus, if you didn't remember.
Cletus?
I'm one of the temps working.
You are. Right now.
Oh, who's your friend here?
Yulil
is my friend.
I am
Yulo?
Yulo.
Cletus is breathing through his mouth.
Of course he is.
Cletus, you look
butter?
nervous.
Like,
sorry.
Why are you nervous?
Oh, I'm a little bit new to the restaurant scene, and you have a lot of knives. So
yes, I am chef.
Okay.
I am known for knife work.
Yeah, sure. Aren't chefs like usually they make soup, and do you need knives for that? I'm talking too much. I'm just gonna sit. Why are you here? I thought
I make a very good turtle soup.
I thought. Oh. Roll intimidation.
Moira's just like, okay.
Poor Cletus.
Okay.
Yes. Cletus is trying to make some money, folks, and he's gonna go home with need for therapy.
I mean, I made the joke earlier.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 5.
Cletus looks at you and is like, first you have to get to me. You can't make me any more scared than I already am. I live in an eternal cycle of torment and anxiety. And he goes and sits down in the corner and shrinks into a shell, and you hear like the ba-da of like an old Game Boy Color. You hear that from like inside his shell as he like sits down to take his 15-minute break.
Oh, Cletus, we
I'm
all
here
feel
for it.
like that all the time.
So yeah, you guys.
Thank you for doing that.
Mwah.
That is a visceral memory.
But yes, so as Ricardo has gained entry to the restaurant along with Moira, how fare our friends Shane and Tally at the front?
And Spot.
And Spot.
Well,
How goes it?
I'm not a new face to the restaurant, so I'm going inside with the air of confidence that I will not be denied a table.
Mm-hmm. As you walk up the mahogany steps to the steakhouse, you are met by these two bouncers that cross some long wooden stakes across the entrance. Say, good evening. Welcome to the Sanguinaire Steakhouse. Do you have a reservation with us this evening?
Ah, dear. Do you know who you're speaking to?
I'm sorry, the cut of your dress does not bring any memories forth in my mind. May I ask who I am speaking to?
Well, name your top 5 clientele and you'll find that I am one of their consuls.
I think you'll find that our top 5 clientele have many consorts each of the evening.
I'm well aware.
Perhaps one of the guards kind of like pulls a note, like a scroll out of his pocket, and kind of like drops it in the air and it levitates, and they're like scrolling through a list, it looks like, of some kind. And say, the other guy says, I recognize you, Moira. I recognize you, Shane. I see you a lot in here, I know, but did you make a reservation tonight? You know how it is in here. It's packed. The place is full.
You never see my name on the reservation list. You know that I'm usually with someone.
I know, but it's Carpmas. Is your friend here on the reservation list?
Of course they are.
And I'm sorry. Who are you with this evening? I forgive my friend's demeanor. We're just, it's hard on the holidays.
I'm just gonna start naming off aristocrats that I'm aware of have children, or not children, but like young adults my age-ish that I have been seen here with before. See if any of them on the list.
Who is this that we're talking to right now?
Bouncer.
These are the
Bouncers.
two bouncers at the front door that have kind of crossed a pair of. They're not. You can tell, like looking at them, they're not weapons. It's just like for the show. It's the steakhouse. They're wooden stakes that bar the entrance.
If I've done deliveries for like nobles in the area, would I know people who would have frequented this establishment or have that kind of plan?
Let's roll a shoot. Would this just be an intelligence check? I'm trying to think. Like, do you know people?
Persuasion or deception?
Yeah, I want to.
Would I know the name? Like, would I know any of the names of the higher nobles having done a bunch of deliveries around town for of expensive?
Roll a history check for me. See if you know the names of some nobles.
So can I, like, while they're talking or whatever, can I like reach into, like, she like opens up her chest plate, pulls out a small little rock, shuts it, and holds it out, and because I have this smuggler's background, I hold out this little rock, and like, because one of the things that I can create is like a thing that projects a little visual effect on it, and I hold it out, and it's got a tiny little rat paw on it, and she just holds it out like to the bouncer as her like what this kind of thing is, sort of thing, like, because she's been here before, like she comes here for repairs all the time.
Oh, the first bouncer, the one with the deeper voice, looks and says, "Oh yes, welcome T8I, 1I. Do we have you scheduled for repairs this evening? I wasn't aware."
I mean, I was called.
You know what? Fair enough. They don't pay us. Yeah, you can slip in here.
And I just kind of look. Bye, guys. I'll see you later.
Really?
So
really?
And Tally slips under the two stakes.
I'm going to come around from the side.
I got a dirty 20 on my history.
Yes, I think you can recall the names of, say, one or two nobles. There's a Miss Bartholomew Stankuel, who frequents the region. You think she is probably here tonight? You aren't quite sure though, but it's worth a shot.
I'm just gonna get up in the face of one of them and bare my teeth and be like, "What was her name?" It's
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew's waiting very impatiently for her date.
Roll persuasion for me with advantage because you have this knowledge.
17.
Yeah, that works. The second bouncer kind of looks at the partner and she's like, "Just let him in. We know these people. They're not gonna cause trouble. Let him
I
inside."
would never cause any trouble.
Milady.
And then the first bouncer kind of rolls their eyes and then raises the stakes, and lets you into the bar or the
With arms
steakhouse.
with
My
spot.
apologies.
Give their hand a little pet. Their paw a little
Mhm.
pet. You are
Pre-
so wonderful. So gorgeous. So brilliant.
May I take you to the table?
Loops arms.
All right. And Jethro, were you going in behind them, or what's the?
Well, I'm gonna come around the corner in my my tuxedo with my silver cufflinks and looking a lot like a very well-built, chiseled human, someone of some noble birth, and going to walk up to the door like I own the place, while surreptitiously casting another spell as I'm heading up.
The bouncers once again bar the steakhouse with their stakes.
So from inside the building, they hear, "Let His Majesty in, you oafs! He of course is allowed in."
I think the bouncers are confused at this, and kind of drop their guard for a moment and turn around to look.
And I'm going to brush past their sticks and walk in while they're confused for half a second.
Make a performance check for me.
Perfect. I don't have any of that going on. Here we go. 13.
That's good enough for me. Yeah, you
13.
you brush past the bouncers and you have entered the Sanguinary Steakhouse.
That appearance of me, it stays for an hour, so I can.
Okay,
just
I'm
look
assuming
like
this is
a
like
guy.
disguise.
It's a disguise spell.
Perfect.
Can't remember what it's called. Hang on, I can find it for you here.
It's not
It's disguise. It's disguise self. Yeah.
Disguise self. Cool.
It's got a huge range of shit you can do.
It's a good spell. People underrate that.
It's very good.
Yeah. So yes, you all have made it into the Sanguinary Steakhouse. As you step inside, the dark wrought iron of outside gives away to a fine black trim that seems to line the finery and decorations of the inside of the restaurant. You can see on your left the stage that is a bit raised about 5 or 6 feet above the ground floor, so the loft above and the ground below can see it equally. On that stage, you see a sign that is advertising a surprise performance towards the end of the evening. Currently, the placard of naming the play is covered, but there are 1 or 2 opening. It looks like some music numbers, like some carols singing, that kind of thing, to open the Carpmas Spectacular. On your right, you see a crowd of bustling tables, all as servers run helter-skelter among them. In their uniforms of a white shirt, black pants, and a leather corset with straps that reach over the shoulders. No one seems to pay much attention to you. The host does not seem to currently be at the host stand. You believe they are seating a different set of guests right now, perhaps. So you have this moment. I think you kind of, as you're brushing past, you bump into Tally and Shane.
Yes. Greetings. How's your evening, young lady? Would you care to join me at a table of our choosing? And I scratch the puppy's head, and it feels obviously like claws, not fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
Jethro, is that you?
I do
I give him a
declare.
once-over sniff. You look different.
I feel like Jethro has a strong scent.
Yep.
Especially after
Just-
rolling
it's-
around in the
it's-
meat.
It's earthy. Let's go with earthy.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Yes, very much so.
Very granola, very crunchy, very earthy.
Can I spot an empty table?
Not a chance.
Spot can spot whatever he wants to. Why don't you guys each do a general perception? Now that you're all inside the restaurant, let's everyone roll perception checks, and we can give you some more details if necessary.
What was the name of the owners?
The name of the owners, as advertised outside, are Lord and Lady Stoker.
I got a 19.
21.
19, 21,
14.
14. What'd you get, Ricardo?
Oh, I'm
I
in the
got an
kitchen.
18.
Or I'm back in the.
This is everybody's, just so you guys.
Oh,
can get some
everybody,
info on the
everybody.
restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
everyone
okay.
get in the party. Everybody. Yeah.
Perception check.
Everybody.
That is an
Yeah.
18 from me.
Well, all right. Yes, you guys are rolling high tonight. Okay, couple things. You notice the aforementioned placard. Do you notice a pair of it looks to be elves that are very pale, dressed in some very brightly gilded suits. They're both wearing pantsuits. They're currently tending to a table, and they stand head and shoulders above. It appears to be a man and a woman. Above a table about halfway into the restaurant, and the loft upstairs seems to be more sparsely populated. You get past these are some more expensive seats. You get a better view of the table stage. And then as far as what you guys see in the employee room, you notice that Cletus is still doing his thing, because of course he is. And it looks like...
Do I recognize that shell?
You are not in the employee room. They are. That's you don't. You don't.
My
know Cletus
bad.
is here.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good. I'm sure I will slip up where somebody is at some point during this evening, so feel free to call me out on my bullshit.
I mean, we split the party 3 ways, and we've only been at it for an hour and a half, so.
It's not the first time I've DM'd for 6 players, so bear with me. Yes, aside from that, let's say you also notice there at the top of the steps, kind of at the landing at the top of the steps, there is a gigantic glass fishbowl filled with water that has been dyed slightly red. Inside swim 2 jet black, shiny carp.
I don't know what that means, but I know I'm gonna break it.
It's Carpmas! Welcome! But yes, you are standing, the 3 of you, or there's 3 of you at the front, right? Or no, the 4 of you
4.
now are standing at the entrance to the restaurant. You have not yet been spotted by any staffs. You are free to move about as you please, but that may not last forever. Otherwise, currently, Ricardo and Moira are in the employee room in the back. Oh, what you folks notice, despite the temps, there may have been some call-offs, because as far as you can tell, there are not enough locker sold to have fully staffed the restaurant tonight.
Is there a table
Okay.
currently being bussed?
There are some tables that are currently being bussed by the floor staff that are running around. There's also some tables that are just straight up not filled yet at the top in the loft.
That's
yep.
where, yeah, exactly. I have spotted my table. Come with me, my lady.
I would be happy to. Come on, Spot.
You too, Tin Can.
Just loop both arms.
Tally's headed for, like, the backstage area.
I was gonna say, is there anyone on stage right now?
I think right now there's a band that you have no idea what their name is. None of you have heard of this band before. And they're doing like a pretty decent rendition of some basic Carpmas songs. Wish You a Merry Carpmas, like Carp of the Bells, that kind of stuff. It's pretty basic, and it's well enough done. It's obviously an opener. They're not the main event.
Is the band the Saint Nick's?
It should be.
I would also like to make my
It's the
way to the
Trans-Siberian or
backstage
Carpmas
area.
Okay, so you're gonna follow Tali. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Be good, Spot. Keep those buns in
I'm
place.
always the goodest boy.
You are the goodest boy. Good boy. Go on.
I love how
I'm
this
good
like
at
southern
causing trouble.
lilt we got going on is spreading to everybody in the park.
Yeah.
The ADHD is strong when your accent
Oh,
can
yes.
infect everyone else.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
I decided on this accent some time ago, my lady.
I mean, I've got like.
I'm
4
gonna try and
accents
keep the
in
NPCs varied. I cannot promise anything.
It's funny. I was going
Okay.
to go with the Russian.
Oh.
Yeah, Ricardo's going strong. But, all right.
I
question.
had a
So you-
German one ready, and then I like on the drive back from the store, I was like, "Nope, ditch it. Not enough confidence." Russian.
Aw, you gotta go for the funky accents.
He's
know.
good accent.
Yeah,
It
you're
is
doing
easy.
great. You're doing great. But yes,
Doing
so
great,
question
Andy.
for table group. Are you guys sitting? So there's like 2 rows of tables in the loft. There's one closer to the wall that's a bit more quiet, and there's ones that are closer to the railing where you can see the stage better. Which we'll say there's tables that both open. Which are you guys going with? The wall's
Your
a bit more
choice,
discreet.
my lady.
The railing gets you a bit more view.
Raylan, because I intend to make a scene of myself.
Okay, gotcha.
I
Railing.
so look forward to that. Make sure you slap me really hard and make
Oh.
it really loud.
I will. Don't you worry.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. So, employee party, which I've decided to call you. What are y'all doing?
I'm showing Ricardo where the kitchen is.
Okay.
Yes. Through here, and Ricardo's going to kick the door open and then just kind of go like strutting into the kitchen, be like, "I am here as help."
Oh, full Gordon Ramsay on it, eh?
A horde of line cooks look up from their stations, and the bags under their eyes are deep enough to hold a number of Carpmas presents.
Can confirm as a.
They
former
look at
chef.
you. Oh God, I know the pain. And they look up at you, and one at the front of the line says, "Who are you? When can I see my family again?"
I am Ricardo Peligro, and if there's a head chef in there, likely he at least knows the name,
Mhm.
but may never have met.
Sure. So I think you see a white hat, like the white chef's hat, and you see a white button-down coat. You would say this person has the cleanest garment in the room, so you assume they're the head chef. And as they turn around, you recognize the half-orc form of Sharma Shawarma, master chef of the Northern Isles. She is tall, she is beautiful, and she is here to make some fucking food.
Yes, Sharma. The Stokers have hired me to help out.
What help have I need of you? Who are you? Why are you in my kitchen?
I'm Ricardo Peligro. I am a mercenary chef.
Mercenary chef. She looks around the room and's like, looks around and says, "Hey! Did the Stokers mention any extra help coming in this evening?" And she looks back towards. I was waiting for the line cooks to respond. And I was, "Hey, I'm those people as well." She looks back to you and says, "If you were here to interfere with my work, I'll feed you to the dishwasher." And the line cooks kind of look up from their various hot tops and soup bowls and everything, and kind of I don't know. They look around and kind of go back to chopping whatever vegetables they're preparing. No one seems eager
I
to
am not
oppose
here
someone
to
with so
get
many
in your
knives.
way. I am simply here to help fill out in this busy time. I do not come cheap, but I also am not here to replace you. I am not looking for a permanent position.
She crosses her arms.
You are obviously understaffed.
You know food service as well as I do, Ricardo. We are never adequately staffed.
Never.
But that is the art of our business, is it not? Tell you what. How good are you with a steak blade?
I'll just sort of gesture towards like which size? Serrated or flat? Full tang or not?
She's
Hammered or
you would
printed?
dare go not full tang on such brilliant cuts of meat such as these?
Good answer. That was test. I accept job.
She laughs at you. And she reaches her arm out for a handshake.
Love Ricardo.
I'll shake her hand and say,
oh, she
Where
full on
is-
like grabs your wrist halfway up your arm and shakes you. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
oh, fun. Okay, that's a 14.
Oh, you did it. You feel rattled for a moment as this very tall half-orc woman shakes you up and down. You feel as though you may have been dazed had you not been able to hold your cool, but perhaps the weight of your apron anchors you to the world, and you are. She points you towards a carving station by where the busters pick up the food.
Wow, powerful shake. Just turns and kind of heads over there.
Moira, are you also in the room?
Like, watch the first, 15 seconds of whatever this was and figured he's got it. And before leaving to do her own job.
I think as you step in the kitchen, perhaps Ricardo does not notice this or takes it as granted for this kitchen, but it stinks in here. Like, it's nasty. Like, it smells like some meat got left out and then was not thrown away. And you're part of the floor staff, right? You like bus tables and stuff?
Like, so I'm like a server and I basically pick up everything else. So like whether that's bus tables or like help out in the kitchen if they need it.
Sure. I think they keep the kitchen staff pretty separated from like the floor staff. It's a different set of skills and all that stuff. So I don't think you've been in here much. You do notice the dishwasher seems to be rattling in a strange way. And it stinks in here. Across the way there's a large metal dishwasher that has a conveyor belt that pulls dishes through, and they go in one side dirty and come out the other side clean.
Under my breath, I'm just gonna be like, well, we love when the trash takes itself out. This is one step closer to our goal. She's gonna walk out onto the floor. Does she hear any murmurings about like who this performer is?
No murmurings. I think that it seems to be a Carpmas secret, unfortunately for you, but we do know that it has never before seen performance here at the Sanguinaire Steakhouse.
I don't know who this bitch is. And I know I'm supposed to be supporting other artists. I know. This wound is just a little fresh. So
I understand.
I'm gonna keep my ears open and I'm going to go to my first table for the evening.
Sure. I think you catch the eyes of I think you're looking around. Are you scheduled to work tonight? Did you like pick up this job on a work night? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I think you're walking around and actually in your section you recognize some folks. You see Bixby and are you in the loft or are you down on the floor?
Loft.
Not me.
Or
Well,
no,
we
Moira,
can
are
see
you bussing
downtown.
the loft or are you bussing the floor?
Loft now. I'll see you.
Wherever-
You come up here and be our server, young miss.
Oh my god, who's
You
that?
served us last time.
So and the kitchen would be leading from the loft. Correct?
So you'd walk from the kitchen onto the main floor, and then you'd go up the steps to the center of the room to get to the loft.
Then I'm gonna the loft. We'll do the loft, I guess.
Okay, sure.
Unless I see some friends. If I see some friends, I'm gonna
Okay, for sure.
strange man that is yelling at me.
I think you kind of look almost in desperation. Like, oh god, who else? Is there anyone I know here? God damn it. But you don't see anybody, so you traipse slowly up the steps, holding your little notebook to write down orders towards this very loud gentleman. When you get there, you see Shane.
Hi,
Oh
sweetheart.
my God. Who's this?
You know me, honey child.
Oh my god.
You know
Jethro?
this man. This is Prince Bentback.
Prince Bentback. Who
Of
was
the
affectionately
Bentback family?
called Jethro as a child, and now, that's why I said Jethro. What? So, we have a new chef in our kitchen, who would be super excited to cook up something very special.
Well, we'll just take the most expensive thing you have on the menu.
Okay. All right.
And a bottle of your finest.
Oh yeah, the Stoker sangria is excellent. So I won't.
We're going.
Strokers
We're
is like
gonna
an
need-
after hours
I mean,
kind
the
of thing.
Stroker Sangria
Sorry.
sounds good too. Let's
Come
be
back at
real.
11.
That's across
Come
the
back
street.
at 11.
That's what's in the
We're
basement.
The Stoker sangria is excellent. I'll get you 2 bottles of that, and
3.
you want. I will. Yes,
Lord.
and I'm writing all of this down so I won't forget. Please do not be afraid to yell very loudly for anyone's attention that walks by.
Oh,
And if
thank
anyone
you.
asks if I have helped you yet, tell them no. Very loudly. And then I'm going to turn back around to go towards the kitchen.
Okay.
I do
Now-
declare she's trying to get herself fired.
I think so too.
As you descend down the steps back towards the main floor, towards the kitchen, the camera's gonna pan back towards the backstage, where we see Tali and Spot. What are you folks up to?
So I'm looking for like those big cables that like lead up to the lighting boxes and that sort of stuff. Anything that looks sort of like that. Wiring, anything like that.
Mhm.
And I'm going to I'm assuming that there's like a wiring cluster in there or something like that. And I'm going to sort of like open that up a little bit and find like the thickest one that's in there. And usually those are wrapped in metal.
Mhm.
Like they're wrapped in
there's
that metal
like a
tubing.
copper sheet around it. Yep.
I'm going to cast heat metal on them so that it starts to melt. So that
Okay.
it's, like behind the rest of the wiring. So that it looks like the wiring is faulty.
Oh dear.
Perfect. There's no roll for heat metal, correct?
I don't think so. Let me pull it up here.
Not unless somebody's like holding it.
Holding it or wearing it, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right.
as long as nobody's holding it.
No one is
so.
wearing this wire. So yeah, you cast heat metal, and the copper tubing around it kind of starts to
And it-
slough off.
Yeah, it does 2d8 fire damage for a minute. So have fun with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the copper starts to slough off. You hear some telling creaking sounds from the chamber and or from the wiring, and I think there's some like jittering of the lights overhead as things start to kind of like get a little bit down.
How many people are back here?
I think there are 2 stagehands back here who have not paid you much mind this far. I think one of them kind of waved to you as you came back. They've seen you here before, repairing things. And the other one kind of seems interested in Spot, and then doesn't do much.
I'm going to try to sniff out one of the trapdoors and see if my nose can lead me to anything that smells different.
Okay, you're a paladin, yes?
I'm a paladin barbarian.
Lovely.
What breed? That's a new breed. I've never heard of that.
I am very excited about it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nightmare
Paladins
combo.
can sense good and evil, correct?
Yes, I have divine
Paladin
sense, which
proof.
has can detect celestial, fiend, and undead within 60 feet, and know what type.
Okay. They are. Is that passive or is that an activated thing?
I believe it is activated, but as I kind of look around, I'm just kind of trying to feel out the entire area.
Sure.
And
Are you using that, or is this just like a general like investigation check?
I will use my divine sense to try
Okay.
to see
Lovely.
what's happening.
As you kind of lower your sniffer to the ground and try and get some information on this place, there's a stench about here. And you think it's more than the rotting meat from the kitchen. There is the scent of thick old blood from below the trap door. And as you sniff, I'm kind of imagining this as you seeing like the smell lines as you would in like a cartoon, right?
Imagine just like Scooby-Doo finding the trail of food.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that the sniff lines kind of form the shape of a seal on this trap door as you kind of tap into your divine sense. And you say you sense all good and evil within 60 feet?
Yep, and I can know what type of it is: celestial, fiend, or undead.
Okay. There are actually 2 more smell lines, one burgundy, one chrysanthemum red, that trail out into the main floor of the restaurant. There are 2 undead in this building.
Something rotten. Does it feel like the seal is keeping it closed?
Yes, the seal. I think you just kind of like grab the thing, and you cannot, for the life of you. If you want to roll a strength check, you're welcome to.
Sure. Why not?
Can I cast guidance on them while they're doing this?
Sure.
Okay.
Gives me a D4.
Yeah.
23.
23. So I think even with the 23, your doggo muscle is kind of unfurl and kind of strain against your nice clothes for this night. Regardless of that, as you pull against the trap door, those smell lines from your divine sense almost flicker into reality, and Tally can kind of see a glowing sigil on the door that seems to brighten as you press more force upon it to rip it open, and you cannot open it.
And I turn to Tally. Do you know how to break a seal?
I don't, but maybe one of our friends does. Like a little
I'm gonna
scratch
walk
on your head.
over. Thank you. I'm gonna walk over to one of the stagehands.
Uh-huh.
I need to make an announcement.
I'm sorry, who are you? Oh,
My name is Spottington. I'm part of the Howlers. We're doing the Carolyn at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm so sorry, Mr. Spot. What announcement do you need to make? Is there something wrong with your troupe, with your act?
They've kind of dispersed.
Oh,
I need to
Lord.
make sure that they know when their call time is.
Lord and Lady Stoker do their rounds around the backstage to make sure everything's running well. If you hang out here for a moment, they should arrive. Alternatively, you could make your way to the host station, and I'm sure they could call the owners from there. I'm so sorry to hear about your troupe. I hope they are well this Carpmas.
It's alright. If they're not on time, do I still get to go on?
I suppose so. I don't see why not, but can you carry a whole act by yourself? Are you that good of a boy?
Sir, I am the goodest boy.
Yeah, you are.
And I let out just
the
a very
stagehand-
small.
The stagehand takes a step back and like holds on to something behind them to steady themselves after your display of good boyness. And says, of course. Yes, you may. Yes, go. You could wait here or go to the front desk.
I think I'll send my associate. Just to be safe.
Lovely.
I'm gonna make my way back to Tally.
Okay.
And be like, I think we need to get into this door.
Okay.
You want to go round up the others?
Sure. Are you gonna wait here?
Okay.
I'm gonna keep guard. That's what I do
Okay.
best.
Don't touch the wires.
Jethro is going to be quite loudly and purposefully and graphically complimenting his date.
No, I just had them installed.
I do say they're magnificent. I can't wait to take a boat trip on them.
As a trans woman, when's my installation?
Are you going to be doing that thing that you're famous for?
Oh, of course I am.
Oh,
You know,
my
I've-
loins does tingle at the prospect of that.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be back. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Very good. The
Mercenary
transforming
cook is
dress,
accurate.
like the transforming uniform, was awesome.
So
Hi, everybody. We're back. And we have a pasta. Hello, pasta.
Pasta!
She was trying to do
Pasta
on my phone
cameo.
As always, Pasta, I will die for you.
Absolutely. Pasta can eat the carp of Carpmas and save this continent from destruction forever.
True. Our hands
True.
are in the paws of pasta.
The pasta paws.
A
The
7.5
pasta
pound
paws!
cat.
Hey!
The pasta.
Any hoozle. We're
Yeah!
back.
But we are back. Welcome back, everyone, to the Sanguinaire Steakhouse. We're gonna resume here in the kitchen. I think Moira, you kind of bump past the Lord and Lady Stoker as they make their way to the loft to go see how the guests are doing upstairs. As you skip towards the kitchen, you're picking up your next plate of food to take to the guests here, and you hear like a rumbling from the inside. And inside, you see Sharma and Ricardo standing in front of the dishwasher. And you see Sharma Shawarma looking at Ricardo saying, I don't know what to do. That this is I was hired on here as an extra hand. Their chef was down for the count from there was like a meat issue, and I'm really not an expert on this machinery. What do we do you know how to work this thing?
Is dishwasher? Yes.
Why is it shaking like that? It's like vibrating, and like the metal at the end is starting to like peel almost.
I do not understand. Let me take a look, and I'll reach around to the back of my my little tool skirt and pull out some tinker's tools and start working on it.
Do you have proficiency with that?
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
have proficiency with so many tools, and
perfect.
I think they're,
Can you roll
they're
me a
all
check with those
expertise.
tools?
Yes.
I did say vibrating. Don't
let's
put the
say-
washing machine in your butt.
Say dex based.
Perfect. Works for
Okay.
me.
So I'll do that.
My big meat hands can't fix things, so I'm gonna say dex
That's-
based.
That's a nat 20 plus. Let's see. So that would be a 31 with Tinker's
Easy,
tools.
crazy.
Mine is the same.
Yikes. Okay, so
And
I think
I will say I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it but then also see if I can fuck it up more.
I love where your head's at. So, as you tear into this thing, you pull off like one of the bottom panels, and you see there's actually not very much machinery in here. What appears to be metal, there's not like a whole lot of motors going on. It seems to be corroded on the inside. I'm gonna say your natty 20 lets you easily kind of peer into this thing, and you realize when you look up inside, this thing is organic on the inside. When you stick your head in under the panel and look up, something drips onto your forehead and it burns like a motherfucker. It is caustic, and you look around in the bottom. There's a tub of dirty water that's full of foodstuffs. Well, you think it's water. You're not quite sure as this caustic liquid drips onto you. But you pull your head back out and think. Roll me a nature check.
Right. That is a 17.
17. When this corrosive droplet hits your head, this is some kind of slime. Some kind of slime that has been encased in a metal cage and is being used to clean dishes and cutlery that are pushed through it. On the inside of the panels, you see like almost graffiti-esque "Old Bessie" written in what appears to be dried ketchup and mustard. And with your tinkering check, I think between the tinker and the nature, you can see that you kind of have a light go off your head. Like, hey, the smell of this thing is really irritating it. Like, it's causing it to kind of like decongeal and kind of drip more into the pans at the bottom, which are almost overflowing with crud and barely digested foodstuffs.
Okay.
Sharma looks at you and says, "What's wrong? What can we do? We can't go without a dishwasher."
It is sick. It is ill. Give me a moment, I will diagnose. And I'll kind of stick my head in there and just whisper, be like, Old Bessie, would you like to be free? Knowing I won't necessarily get a coherent answer, but...
Yeah. I think when you speak to it, there's a shuddering throughout the slime on the inside of the dishwasher. But you don't get like a verbal response.
Would I interpret it as like an agreeing? I'll say, shudder once for yes, twice for no.
The machine starts to rattle so hard it almost comes into pieces.
Yes, I'll take that as a yes. And I'll look at Sharma and just be like, I will need to take off most of paneling to get to the primary function pieces. It's very technical.
Sharma looks at you and is like, whatever needs to happen. At this point, most of the line cooks have kind of like stood up from their stations and are kind of looking over, like peering through the pots and pans hanging from the shelves, like, what's going on over there? What's happening? Yeah. You are standing in front. I think we can let this tinker check ride, because I feel like I didn't let you use your nat 20 very much, so... How are you going to do this?
Fine. Okay, so a couple of things. While I've been working in here, I've been using the Artificer feature, Magical Tinkering, on various plates of food as they were about to go out. And so one of them makes a steak kind of like move on the plate a little bit. Another one makes a soup show a message that says, I know what you've done, your sin will eat your soul. Another one makes some noodles kind of writhe around on the plate like worms. I can do 5 of these. Another one makes some veggies look like old and rotted with mold on them. And the last one makes a bit of mashed potatoes sort of form a little mouth and just start screaming.
Is this audible? Can you do visual and sound?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can make like visual effects, audio effects. You can only do one of each but you can do it on 5
okay.
objects.
It's like the Scream cheese from Hotel Transylvania.
Yes.
I love
So
it.
this is happening out on the floor? These things will come to life out on the floor?
So I was trying to do it as they like I would pass by it and do it as they were going to the
you
service
like
window.
disguise it as dropping some extra spices on top before it's sent
Yeah,
out. You're
exactly.
casting your
Like
magic.
like
okay.
doing the chef check of the plates before they go out.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, and then I'm gonna start working on old Bessie, trying to just loosen, not like actually take the panels off, but loosen all of the bits holding it in, so that I can get to a certain point and like Fonzarelli tap on the top and the whole thing falls apart, and then there's a slime in the kitchen.
I love this. Okay, I think you are loosening bolts, and Sharma's kind of crossing her arms and tapping the floor and looking at you. And I think when the camera cuts is when you reach back your hammer the thought time and take that ball peen and just kind of ping on one of the bolts, and the whole thing starts to dissolve in front of you as we pull back to Table Crew. Or sorry, let's go to Table Crew next. So, Table Crew.
Is all this stuff going on? Is there like screaming potatoes out here and soup giving evil messages?
Yeah, I think that's being served to the bottom floor. So you're kind of seeing this as the first act kind of draws to a close in the stage. And as you're being so loud and boisterous, you don't really notice their approach, but suddenly, sitting on the edge of your table are 2 tall, pale elves, each wearing chrysanthemum and burgundy pantsuits that are gilded with gold trim. And they sit on the chair and say, "Welcome to our fine establishment." And the one says, "You are new to the Sanguinaire Steakhouse. May I take your name, please?"
I'm not new, honey. I've been here plenty.
Oh, and the first one leans over you with her knees crossed and says, "Oh, darling, fear not, Shane. I recognize you anywhere." And she kind of like rests her hand under your chin and kind of pulls you in before returning her hand back and says, "But you, my friend, are a new face around here. How did you get in?"
Quick question as a form of an answer. Who the hell is asking?
Well, I am the Lady Stoker, and this is my fine husband. And the other elf bends over and says, "The Lord Stoker at your service. Welcome to our establishment, the Sanguinaire Steakhouse."
I am Lord Bentback of the Bentback family.
Mm-hmm.
We have an estate just outside of town where we do that.
Okay. I think Lord Bentback. We do that. Can you explain? I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of your presence on our list this evening.
No harm, no foul.
May I see your reservation? Can you have any proof of your identity? Can you somehow verify that you are indeed supposed to be here, or shall we throw you out in the cold, on the half shell, as we say?
I see what you done did there. That's nice. I am exactly where I always am, where I am supposed to be. I don't need to prove where I am, who I am, or how I done get here.
Do me a favor.
No.
Make a... Just no.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes?
Is Jethro within eyesight of where I'm standing?
Yes, I think you're staying outside the pickup counter, kind of looking in at what the fuck is going on with the dishwasher.
How far away would you say Jethro is from me?
I would say maybe 50 feet. As the crow flies.
Oh, that's perfect. I give Jethro some bardic inspiration.
Lovely. Maybe a smile and wink from across the way.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to roll?
I want you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh, I was going for bullshit, but that'll work. 13. I rolling in the teens.
Plus the bardic?
Oh,
Plus the
bardic
bardic?
adds what? 2?
It adds a D8, I think, at your level. Correct me if I am wrong, Moira.
It is a. Let me look. It's a D10.
Oh my goodness.
D10. Good God.
One moment,
Right.
please. Buffering.
Buffering.
So that is a 23 now. Thank you.
A 23. Well,
From 13 to 23. Woohoo!
you become aware that they just attempted to cast a zone of truth on you, so you just got your ass saved by some bardic inspiration. But the Lord Stoker kind of looks you up and down from where he is sitting on the table and says, well, I'm sorry, I must not intrude on your dinner. Perhaps you would like to, as a form of recompense, come to one of our special tables later this evening.
If my date is so inclined, we might do that, sir.
I go where you go, darling.
Excellent.
Perfect. Thank you so much. If you'll pardon me, I do have one other set of guests to take there at the moment. But I'll be back for you shortly, darlings. Fear not. And the lady elf kind of spins off the table much faster than you would normally think a person would move. She says, "Yes, fear not. We shall be back for you shortly."
Once they leave, I lean over close to my date, going, "I'm going to enjoy fucking with that world."
They're definitely gonna try and kill us.
Try is the operative word here.
Of course.
Moira, I think what you see as you're kind of watching the spectacle, you see the Lord and Lady Stoker suddenly at the bottom of the stair. We didn't quite see them walk there. You see them walk towards a table that has two guests that you recognize suddenly. There is a buzzard Aarakocra and a half-orc who you recognize as your friends, Bixby and Grover. Some regulars here at the restaurant. They're an old married adventuring couple, and the two retired old fellas are... Lord Stoker reaches to one and Lady Stoker reaches to the other, and they are risen from their seats and begin to traipse toward the entrance to the underground under the staircase that leads upstairs. Go on.
Insight check on this? Like, or something?
What do
Like,
you-
I want to get the vibe. I want to get the vibe of what's happening.
Sure.
Because, I mean, I love, like, Buzzard and Grover are my absolute favorites. They always gas me up. They're incredible. And I enjoy them. But I wouldn't say that they're prominent guests like I usually see Lord and Lady Stoker taking downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to get the vibe because I'm like caught off guard by that.
Yeah.
Like I would expect someone like
Sure. Roll me an
Shane.
insight check to catch the vibe.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As far as you can tell, Bixby and Grover seem perfectly happy to be escorted downstairs, like they were expecting this. The Lord and Lady Stoker seem very smug, as they sometimes do when they take guests to the basement. More so beyond their kind of suave demeanor. I think, Tali, at this point, what have you been doing backstage? It's been a few minutes. You've had some time to kick around.
Just looking for like any little sort of like technical stuff that I can mess with while I'm back there before I go out to get the others.
Sure. Do you have any Tinker's tools that you can roll a check?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Roll me a Tinker check.
All right. Because she's also an artificer, and I just rolled a nat 20, so also a 31.
Boy, this stage is your plaything. Tell you what, Tali, do they have any kind of remote control technology?
Apart from their skilled defender, I don't think so. Not really.
I tell you what, you are able to pick up this like stone tablet that you know is typically used to control the lights backstage. Mm-hmm. Perhaps the workers are pulled away for a moment while they change acts up front. And in your tinkering, you realize, hey, you've rewired this so you have access to the stage control. You can control the lights. You can control the curtains. You have the power over this table stage.
Just like put that in my chest cavity and shut the door in the front so that I have that
Love
with
it.
me for later.
Perfect. Okay. And I think with that, you hear the commotion of the table group upstairs talking to the Lord and Lady Stoker.
Okay. Yeah, so then I'll like look at Spot and be like, all right, be back then once I get the others.
Perfect. Okay, so as you walk out, Bixby and Grover have just been led into the entrance under the stairs when there is a clamoring crash from the kitchen. It sounds like a very wet explosion full of squelching meat and shredding metal. It's a shriek and squelch kind of situation. As the sound of rending metal enters the room, and you suddenly see a wave of green slime, with different plates, cutlery, knives, forks, everything, shreds of metal plates inside of it, ooze through the counter. Actually, Moira, you're standing at the counter, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw to not get eaten by this thing.
Oh no.
Cool. Okay, so a fun fact is that was a 9, but I'm wearing I am wearing the Ring of Evasion. And it will automatically let me succeed that failed save, so I get 3 charges. So I'm gonna expend one of those charges to not fail that save.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're like, oh fuck, and you drop out of the way as this surging wave of goo expels itself over the counter, and the wrath of old Bessie has begun. Roll initiative.
Oh fuck.
Damn it! I want to hurt Bessie.
Oh,
Now, I like to
fuck.
think that I've formed a little bit of a relationship with old Bessie.
You would like to think that.
I would like to think that.
Yeah. I bet you-
Bessie is free. She is not smart.
Fair. That's very fair.
All right, what do we got, folks? List me some initiative rolls.
Moira got a 9.
Okay.
Spot got a 13.
Spot got a 13.
Shane's got an 18.
Shane's got an 18.
Tally got
Rick.
a 14.
Tally got a 14.
Rick has a 19
Rick has a 19.
as he's hauling ass out of the kitchen.
I got a 5.
Alrighty, and
I got a
Jethro
rock.
has a 5.
Pretty much what I was thinking. I got a rock.
Okay, perfect. So, old Bessie. So I think old Bessie at this point, when you first get your move, Rick is halfway in and out of the of the kitchen. At this point, I think Sharma has been. Pardon me, some nasty burps there. Sharma has been blown back by the explosion of goo and metal against the wall, and there's a kind of a sickening crack as she slams into the tile. And I think you are standing there, and the line cooks are cowering in the corner as the old Bessie begins to expand towards them.
Ricardo just says, well, that's your problem right there. As he just starts running out of the kitchen.
Okay.
Perfect.
You get out into the main room, and old Bessie is beginning to move towards guests to devour them. What do you do?
I will run out of the kitchen, saying, no, nobody gets free samples of the special. This is only for paying customers. And I will, let's see.
Probably roll Bessie. That's not very good.
I'm gonna keep my distance from Bessie as much as I can, and I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and chuck it at Bessie. and
It's
say,
a good
"No,
one.
your final course." And that is a dirty 20.
Hits. Old Bessie has been struck.
Okay. For, let's see, 14 plus 5, so that's 19 fire damage.
Do I not know Produce Flame? Good God,
so
you said
no.
19?
It's 2d8, but I have a feature where, let's see, Alchemical Savant.
You're a fire genasi.
Well, no, that's a alchemist artificer feature. If I do like fire, acid, or necrotic or poison damage, I get to add my intelligence modifier to the damage.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, 19 damage on Bessie. Next in the order, we have Shane.
So how far down from, like, what's the height from the loft to the floor?
I think there's like a good 10-foot drop from the floor of the loft to like the surface of the tables. Maybe 15 feet to the bottom of the table.
Okay.
No, that's a tall ass table. Maybe 13 feet.
Well, given how tall the Lord and Lady are, you know, maybe they made the tables for their height. And all right, I'm going to blow a kiss to Jethro and
Milady.
pull my my cloak and my rapier out of my bag and jump over the edge.
Okay. Superhero landing. Make the
3-point landing.
make the
rough
an
on the
acrobatics
knees.
check, I suppose.
Good at that. Yeah, like a 19.
You land as cool as you want to. How cool is up to you, but you do it.
3-point landing, cloak billowing, boobs
Oh, fuck
still
yeah.
like firmly intact.
Love it.
In the
Don't want an
dress.
escaped boob.
No,
Yep.
there's
She's
no
that
nipple
girl.
slip here.
Okay.
And then I'm
Good.
going to strike with my rapier after saying its command phrase.
Okay.
Flame on, because let's stick with the superhero. And the whole thing
Fuck yeah.
bursts into flames.
I love it.
And then I'm gonna hit with that twice, because spider.
Slap the Bessie.
Slap the Bessie. 17?
17 does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay.
No, you strike one of the metal panels that were incorporated into its form.
Tricky.
Yeah.
21
when Ricardo
to
just
hit.
assembled it. 21 does smack it real good.
Alright, so that's 22 damage, 3 fire, 11 piercing, and 8 sneak attack
Okay.
if it's being threatened by somebody else.
23. I think it feels threatened in general, so I think you get the sneak attack bonus. So it's still 23.
22. 3 of it's
22.
fire. if that makes
Okay,
sense.
so that's gonna be 25. This thing is vulnerable to fire. I did note down you did 38 damage. I think when you slapped that produce flame into it, there was a large kind of hole where Bessie used to be, or part of her. Gotcha. Cool. Is anything else for your turn? I think the way this looks is your first kind of stab goes into another panel. The second one, the flames kind of gather and you go through it into the heart of Bessie.
No, I think that's it for now.
Okay. Next in the order is Tali. I think you are just coming out from around the table stage, yes?
Yep. So, first thing Tali does is send Bosco to run up and be beside, run up to be beside Shane there.
Mm-hmm.
You see my metal dog just all of a sudden comes bounding out, like bounces up next to you, looks at you, very happy to see you, and
Hi,
then
buddy.
like looks up at you and kind of like slurps, but doesn't slurp because he doesn't have a tongue. He just kind of like makes a dog sound, but it's metallic.
Reaction.
The Robo
hand of
Slurp, of
Taffy.
course. Gotcha.
And then I'm going to from where I'm at. How far am I from like where I'm at to where the cube is?
It's not quite a cube. It's a bit more amorphous, but I like where your head's at.
Where the blob is.
Yeah, the blob, the cube, it's fine. I think you're
flubber.
about 20 feet. You kind of emerge around the right hand of the stage. This thing is in like the back left corner of the restaurant.
Okay, so I just move up a little bit, and then I'm going to throw my spear at it.
Okay.
Let's
I will say, as this is happening, people are screaming and fleeing the stage floor in the restaurant. So, I'm sorry to mention, Pup or Spot rather, your little the howlers. They are howling and screaming as they flee the scene.
Okay, so the first attack was 22.
Smacks it. Good.
All right, so my spear like hits the thing and does 9 damage, and then because Bosco is right there, I also get to do Arcane Jolt.
That is exactly 69 damage to this thing. So I'd like to just say nice. Thank you.
That's a nice amount of damage.
Very good. Love it.
I'm sorry to say, but
Sorry.
in 2022 it became called a 96 because of the increased cost of
Inflation went up.
ammo.
Ah, fuck.
Who's back to that?
Okay, so then when the spear hits, Bosco's eyes sort of light up and like this like bluish sort of energy like bursts out of his mouth, and it does an extra 8 force damage because of his arcane jolt. The spear disappears and returns to my hand, and then I throw it again.
Good gourd. All right, yeah, throw it again.
And on that one, I rolled a 28 to hit. So
Y'all ain't screwing around. Level 10's no joke.
and then I did 6 damage on that. So
Okay.
and then it poops.
Did you get the
and comes
arcane
back to
tinkering
my
bonus in
hand.
that again?
I'm not sure. Let me check here. I gotta look. You can see when either you hit a target. Apparently, because it's anytime I hit the target, so it does
Great.
another
Another
9 force damage.
Nice. Okay, perfect.
And then my spear
Alrighty.
like poofs back to my hand because it's got the returning infusion on it. So
Okay, perfect.
Bree, don't forget about your
Alright.
boots.
Don't forget about the boots. Gotta
I
have
used
those
my
boots.
bonus
I don't know
action
the
to
boots.
light up my sword, so.
You hate to see it.
Hey, I heard boobs.
Spot,
so-
you are next in the order.
Well, Spot is nothing if not accommodating for how people want to spend their evening. He's going to run out from behind the stage, see all the commotion, and you just see his ears go as he takes out his sword, and he's going to make a running jump at the blob with his sword.
Perfect.
Just with a howl of woo.
All right, roll attack for me.
Tight. Ooh. That is a 24 to hit.
That smacks it real good.
Makes it
Nothing
real
can
good.
stop the goodest boy.
And is it looking bloodied, or is it looking? How is the thing looking?
As much as it has blood, it's still pretty cohesive. The slime's holding together for now. There's still a lot of like sheet metal in there that's been like taking some of the brunt of it from the dishwasher exterior and some like cutlery and plates and stuff.
Okay. Then I'm going to pump a divine smite into this lovely thing, and my sword's gonna pulse a lovely glowing gold.
Nice.
Where is my actual dice? So we're gonna go. See? That's gonna be 18 damage.
God. Okay.
And it goes.
I should have given this thing more hit points.
We haven't even got through
When you
6
just-
seconds yet.
That's when
We
you just
haven't.
do the DM thing and you add stuff to it.
You don't know what my plan is. Okay,
Don't
next
we?
in the order is that it for Spot? Do you have double attack as well?
Most of us are DMs
I
here.
actually do have 2 attacks.
Okay, sick. Second one?
I'm gonna land doing that, and then I'm just going to swing my sword around and one more slice. No
Love
smite
it.
this time.
Beautiful. Hit me.
Fell off the table. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 makes it.
Yay.
I think Bessie kind of forms some metal panels to try and make a shield, but your divine blade cuts right through them into Bessie's heart.
That is only 8 points of damage this time, and
Okay.
as it splatters a little bit on his face with the little slime, he's gonna go to the slime.
Make a Constitution save for me.
Yep,
You just ate acid.
I know. He's good.
Oh boy.
19.
19? That'll do it. You're gonna take half of this. You take 5 points of acid damage for eating the enemy.
Yeah.
It's just a little tinkle to make your dinkle.
He just goes.
Perfect. On that terrifying note, Moira. I believe you are muted.
All right. So Moira's gonna take a look at all this chaos, and she's gonna think, "Well, I can't get dirty. I have to work for God knows how long." So she's gonna look at Bessie, and she's gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Bessie has done nothing but good for this establishment, and you dare to mock her?
Gonna mock Bessie.
Okay. What do you
What
tell
do you
Bessie?
say?
I'm curious.
Moira's just gonna put her hands on her hips. Bessie, I know we don't work together a lot, you know what I mean? I understand, like, I'll shove plates and shit into you, that's fine. But, like, that's also your job. And for you to throw this tantrum right now on one of our busiest nights of the year, you know, I know what they say about you in our break room. And I didn't believe it, but now I do. Bessie, they say that you are stinky, that you're slow, and honestly, Bessie, this, most of all, is disgusting.
Alright, roll that attack roll for me.
A save.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, it's a
I
save?
think that
What
was
is,
a
how does
save.
Vicious Mockery work? I'm so sorry.
Saving throw?
I rolled 2 points of damage, but I add, so it's gonna 4 to it, so it's gonna be 6.
Great.
I
What
almost
does Bessie
did that
roll?
once.
But it also has disadvantage on its next attack.
Correct. Does Vicious Mockery just hit?
It's a wisdom
No,
saving
it's a
throw.
save.
No, it's a
Wisdom save,
save.
gotcha. Bessie's not very wise. She's a dishwasher. Yeah, you're good. That's a 9. Alright. 6 points of damage and disadvantage on the next attack.
She's suddenly sad looking.
Yeah, she's just like, I've worked here for 30 years. No.
Yeah,
Okay,
Bessie,
next
we
in
can
order.
smell it.
Jethro, you are here.
How is the ooze looking?
Not fantastic. Not fantastic, I will say.
Well, then I won't bother blocking the door from the peasants fleeing. Because that was my first plan.
Uh-huh.
I will just pick up the wine glass and have a sip and casually point my staff in the direction and launch 3 magic missiles out of it
Beautiful.
to hit the ooze. I'm not.
And that's
digging
that
anymore.
auto hits. What do I take for
Ye-
damage?
That's what I'm working on here.
Okay. I think Bessie again tries to raise some some dinner plates to catch her magic missiles, but the missiles go
11.
Listen, porcelain can't hold up to this kind of abuse, right?
11.
Fine China for a reason. All right, perfect. Bessie ain't looking hot. She's going a little desaturated. Her color's kind of draining out. but it's Bessie time. What Bessie's gonna do two things. First thing, you see Bessie kind of shrink up, kind of sort into herself, and there's a swirling inside of her form as the metal plates that make up her defense begin to glow red hot as she casts heat metal, usually used to sanitize the cutlery, now used to scar your bones. And I need... So who's next to her? We got Shane, we got Mr. Goodboy, and we got Ricardo?
Ricardo tried to stay pretty far back.
Yeah, Moira's
Gotcha, Ricardo's far back. Moira's close as well. The three of you, I need you to make dexterity saving throws.
Do you want one from Bosco too?
I would love one from Bosco as well.
Okay.
I daren't kill Bosco because I will never hurt dog, but we'll see what happens.
It's not a real dog.
Bosco got a 12.
Everything that looks like a dog is a dog.
30-20.
30-20? 16?
19.
19, okay. Everyone who rolled below a 17, I'm going to need you to take... Can't get my d6. Hold on. Please, God, help me.
Which one?
5 plus 1 plus 4 is 10 plus 5 is 15 plus 5 is 20 plus 6 is 26 fire damage.
So I am
and then
resistant to fire.
so you will take half of that.
Cool.
And then 7 plus 1 is 8, 13. And then 15 bludgeoning damage. Anyone who rolled above a 17 could take half of that.
Wait, are you within? Would whoever failed be within 10 feet of me?
I
Or
think
no?
so. I think you guys might. You probably like superhero grouped up for that, right?
Then you also get a +4 to your saving throw.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh,
And I have
That's
aura
amazing.
of protection.
Sorry, how much damage was it total?
That was shoot. It was
26.
26 fire, and then was it like 15 bludgeoning? I said.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Group Mom.
That sounds right.
Thanks, group mom.
Thank you.
So 15 plus
You know,
26 would
I
be
played
30,
Tally for a
41.
reason.
41 points of damage total.
That I
Cut. So that'd be 20 points for anyone who dodged. Cool.
Cool.
All right. Next, old Bessie is going to slurp over the party in an arc of gel above you and begin to devour some guests that thought this was part of the show. To kind of slurp up their dinner and their bodies to heal for 12 plus 15, so that's 27 points of damage. As she
I'm
begins to digest.
loving this floor show.
There's now a family inside Bessie. Anyways, moving on. Next to the order would be Rick.
That's the real meaning of Carpmas. The family was the one inside us all along. Okay. I am going to... but my teammates are right there. Okay, so I forgot to call this, but last turn I used a bonus action to do Analyze Enemy, which is part of my Scholar class that I took. So I get to use my Intelligence on attack rolls and deal extra damage, but I'm probably going to use a spell. Okay, I'm going to do Produce Flame again because why
It worked
not?
well last time.
It did, and that's a 28 to hit. I got a 19.
Oh, that's gonna hit him.
Okay. 14 damage plus 5, so that's another 19.
19.
Got a 6 and an 8.
Okay. There's not much left to old Bessie. She's not looking so hot. That family did not sustain her very well. The family kind of slurps out of a pseudopod, and they are left kind of wet on the floor. Next to the order is Shane.
Going in with the flame tongue. Oh yeah, that's like a million to hit. 25?
Oh, yeah.
With the sneaky attack, that is 14 damage plus 9 fire damage.
Okay, plus 9 fire, so that's 18, 14 plus 18. 30. Got it, okay.
And second hit.
So you attacked twice.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Oh god, yeah.
8 piercing damage and 6 fire damage, so 12 fire damage.
Love it. Okay, good.
And then I'm going
Yeah, Bessie is not long for this world.
No. I'm going to use the disengage cunning action, bonus action, to put some distance.
Okay,
So,
perfect. Yeah, you ninja leap back over some tables, and you are kind of stood away.
Yeah.
Lovely. Next in the order is
the loft above us still?
Yeah, I'll say you're below the loft.
All right, I'm just gonna run up that and like stand upside down on the bottom of the loft, over that.
Fuck gravity, I guess.
I have a cloak of arachnid.
Ooh, yes. Okay, perfect. Yes, you totally do this.
I can pull some vampire shit too.
Okay. Oh, what vampire shit are you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Arachnadia.
Perfect. Next is Tali.
All right, so Tali is going to just she's gonna throw her spear again. What's 21 to hit on the first one.
Perfect.
And
That slaps real good. Give me some damage.
so 7 from the spear, and then 8 from the force damage,
Okay.
and then it poofs back to her. She does it again.
Yup. Bessie.
That's a
Bessie 8.
It's a 19 to hit on the second one.
Let's see, she.
19 slaps. Yep, that's good.
Okay. And then
Meet or exceed, baby.
5 piercing from the spear, and then 11 force from the arcane jolt.
God. Yeah. Perfect.
And then,
Okay.
And then if it's still there, Bosco is going to use their force and power rend. And that is, let's see, so within 5 feet. So, and they rolled a 21 to hit.
You got it good.
Okay, so 7 plus. What is our proficiency bonus right now? Is it 4? So
Right, yeah.
11 force damage.
Perfect. Okay.
That's it.
Bessie's barely holding on. It is spot time. I think Bessie, at this point, you've kind of been cutting plates and cutlery out of her. So she's just, at this point, she has gone from a industrial dishwasher size to about the size of me. A shrimpy 5'8" person. So
You say that like that's not bigger than me.
I'm mostly made of
I'm
blubber.
also 5'8".
Lovely. Hey, small squad. High five.
I'm 5'7" and a half.
I was like, I'm 5'5". Hi up there.
I'm not used to being taller than people.
That's perfect hug size, because then you get like the boob cradle and.
That's the best.
Can't wait until I give people the boob cradle.
All right, I'm going to take 2 swings.
Mm-hmm.
First one's going to be an 18.
Uh-huh.
And the
18 does
second
not
one,
hit.
okay, and the second one's going to be a 19.
That hits. Okay.
The first one just dings off a piece of metal, and the second one is just back around, straight through
Okay.
what I would expect to be the heart, because that's what
Okay.
Spot cares about.
Center of mass.
Your
Good
feelings.
thoughts.
All right. He likes to hit you in the feels. That's an 8.
Mhm.
The feels is a very vital organ.
Yeah.
That's 12 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
When Spot sees violence, he
Mhm.
just gets a little crazy. And he tries to make up for it by being so good at every other time in his life. But as he sees his friends just like get acid melted and a family almost be eaten, he just feels that need to stab. And he just straight up, and then if it had a head, the head would come off on the sword as he pulls it up.
I think it's cohesive enough of a slime where it like you pick it up off the ground and just kind of fling what's left of it onto the ceiling, right? Like it comes with you. Yeah?
Yes. And I just stare up, and it's just
deep breath.
And then you just see his ears just go like, oh, no.
Who's a good boy?
Oh.
Look at what you did. You did such a good job.
You know, like when a dog does something bad and they know it?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm just like,
oh.
I think it is at this point that you feel one hand on each of your furry shoulders, and you hear in your one ear, "Why, my, what a good boy you are." And then in your other ear, you hear, "Why, yes, you have saved our establishment. Thank you, good sir. What may I call you?" And it is Lord and Lady Stoker arrived at the last moment.
I am Sir Spot. I came to your fine establishment to look for a fine meal, and instead, all of my friends were attacked. How could you let this happen?
I am so sorry. Of course your meal shall be comped this night, and we shall penalize our staff accordingly. And Lady Stoker glowers at you, Moira, as though this is somehow your fault. But yeah, apologies. The round of applause for the dog man and everyone. It was all part of the show. Thank you for our reinterpretation of a Carpmas miracle.
I would like
the
to
Carol
add
show.
something, if you don't mind, from like upside down.
I was gonna say you're still hanging off the ceiling like a bat.
That was not part of the show. I am a patron here. I did not agree to this. I did not sign any sort of waiver.
But it's all part of the Carpmas surprise.
No, my life was threatened.
And I'm still waiting for my food up here.
Well, yeah, fear not. There's a fine. You can see the two Stokers look at each other, and then look at the stage, and they both raise their hands above their head and clap in unison, and says, "Fear not, our fine clientele," and their voice seems to project a bit louder than should be normal. Fear not, it is time for the star show of the evening. Come, my heroes, let us sit at the front of the restaurant here. And they take the whole group. Oops, yes, Tali?
So, my heat metal has been going like this whole time.
Oh yeah, no, it's about to break bad. Fear not.
Okay.
Where's my date?
Oh, I'm down here, darling. Don't worry, I'm coming. And you'll be coming too soon.
Just like walk
Lucky
over the edge.
you, dear. Lucky you.
Like, am I following them? Am I like going back?
I think Lord Stoker has you by the arm.
Oh, I don't feel comfortable with that, Lord Stoker. If you could maybe not touch me, that would be great.
He is not paying attention. You can try and make like a check to break out of his grip, but he's going to contest that strength roll.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Right.
Can I assist by like pushing my way in there instead?
Sure. Yeah. Roll. Is there a help mechanic in 5e?
Yeah, it would basically just give more.
Yeah, it would give them advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just go with that then.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do anyways.
That's.
I hand out advantage like candy.
17.
I will also use my it's called Flash of Genius, and give a +5 on that.
Shit, so that's gonna be a 22?
A 22. Let me just see how Lord Stoker does here. What's the strength stat on these bad boys I got here? All right, hold on. I have bad rolls tonight. We got some bad rolls tonight, folks. That's a 2. All right, even with all the pluses that Lord Stoker gets, you wrest your hand free of his grip, and he looks at you as though you have just put sour candy in his sweet drink, and continues to usher the rest of the folks towards the main stage.
Am I surrounded by the smell of death now?
I think so. There's certainly a stench in the room. If you've ever smelled an industrial dishwasher, it's not good.
Also, the vampires are dead.
I was gonna say, like, do I sense a very bad... Like, is this the undead that was coming through? Is it the same?
These are the undead that you had previously sensed.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay. Yes, but they seat you all at the table front and center to the stage and say, "It is time for the final act of our evening," and they gesture to the sparsely remaining clientele of the bar here, or of the restaurant, and say, "Moira, by the way, what is the name of the play you spent so many hours writing?"
Oh no.
Say again, please? I'm sorry, the Discord didn't pick it up.
The Carpmas monologues.
Our very own presentation, house wrote and performed by our lovely, lovely staff here. Marie, Carpmas lover, Jordan's, performing the Carpmas monologues. And
punch him in the face! I punch him in the face!
There is a spurt of red confetti that you're pretty sure is actually liquid of some kind from either side of the stage. A curtain unfurls, revealing the Carpmas monologues as the star event here of the evening, and this very...
A minor illusion, a greater applause.
Okay, yeah, there's a roar. Just
a roar of applause.
Yeah,
in like the middle of the place.
Yeah, that does sound fake with all the people that are here.
Yeah. I think Lady Stoker looks around like, what the hell is happening? As this very she looks uncomfortable. She's actually like, you can see her glancing at her wrist, kind of like this, as she's like reading off this performance to the remaining crowd. It is stiff, it is lifeless, and it does not do your script justice, Moira. What do you do?
Is she like what race is she?
We'll say this is a goblin.
Do goblins sleep?
I think so.
I cast sleep.
Okay.
That's the name of my one-man show. Do goblins sleep?
We gotta get Cedar in here. They can tell us.
Well, that's going on. Can I slowly give Shane the control tablet for the stage?
Absolutely, you can.
I'll just look at it like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Motion at the stage. I'm like, it's for the wires.
Alright, and under the table, with my stealthy rogueness, I will start just randomly tapping buttons and sliding sliders and switching knobs and whatever the fuck else is on this thing.
All the while the wires in the back are melting.
Yeah, there's a snap and crash and just awful sounds of rending metal and popping lights as there's confetti, there are streamers, there's a fog machine that goes on, and also a fog horn, oddly enough, that goes off as this person's trying to read the Carpmas monologues. There's a robotic conductor in the band pit that starts jerking around and kind of like a sham of what a conductor is supposed to look like, and the band's not sure what to do. And it is a disaster as finally there is a snap and a giant spotlight the size of a person crashes down. The bulb explodes. It crashes down directly on top of the performing goblet.
That's awful. I'm sure OSHA will hear
Did
of
I
this.
put her to sleep before
I'm
she
just gonna
felt
start going,
it? Like,
boo! Boo!
I'm still waiting
hear-
for my food up here.
You hear from inside the because of her small size, you hear from inside the spotlight, I'm okay. But you want to cast sleep? Roll your dice. Roll your dice.
I got 29 for this for sleep.
Well, as you know, really working a 9-to-5 job does suck the life out of you, so she's definitely below 29 hit points. And you hear a thong as her head hits the side of the spotlight, and then the thonk as she collapses to the ground. And then loud goblin snoring happens.
I will say Ricardo ordered his homunculus, which is a little sugarwork spider that crawls out of the bottom cuff of his pants. And as all this was going on, instructed it to climb up to the stage, and just kind of from the side of the stage, he's going to cast through his homunculus burning hands. So it's just this gout of flame as everything comes crashing down, that just sort of makes it look like a big fiery explosion.
Is it kind of metal, though? It sounds kind of metal, though.
Very metal.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
But it
totally clashes with the vibe of the establishment. But...
Yes. Seems very unintentional, and it may or may not be aimed slightly at some of the patrons here.
Ah, yes. Okay, I'm just gonna roll a group dexterity throw, for them. All right. All right. How about burning hands? It is dexterity, right? Or do you just roll damage?
It's dex. It's a dex save, but it's half damage on a save.
There's some rich ass nobles who aren't very good at anything aside from being rich. So like,
Hates them.
they rolled a 12.
Yeah, no, it needs to be a 16, so that's going to be 14 fire damage.
I think there's several people that faint in the crowd. Several wigs are lit aflame and fall off their pompous heads. And several more nobles get up and leave. There's one weirdo who's clapping, but we don't talk about old Bobby Joe.
I cast Wall of Force on the door.
What does that do? I hope it does what I think it does.
It creates an invisible wall that you can't break.
It's very impenetrable.
So I put a 10 by 10 wall. I just casually point my my cane, my shillelagh at the door, mumble something, and then I go back to going, "Where's my food up here?" So now the door is blocked by an invisible wall of force.
The rich folk trying to flee the room are pounding at the door and like yelling like, "Let us! This isn't fun anymore! I didn't pay this! Oh, I'm so rich and sad!" The Lord and Lady Stoker, their heads whip around 180 degrees and their eyes flash red as they stare up at you.
Do you have my victuals?
And they say in unison, "Eat this!" And I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, here's where I die. I've been so cocky so far.
Mm-hmm.
Whom? Just me?
Just you. You're alone up there, right? Or
You've got a plus 5
Shane
coming.
still upside down below you?
I have a +5 on this?
Well, tell me what you roll, and then I'll tell you if you get a +5.
Okay, I guess tell me that 20-foot radius sphere around him. So anybody near Jethro.
14, 15, 16, 17 total.
Okay.
Nah, I'll save it.
17.
I'll look at somebody uses.
I'll
That's
use
gonna
mine.
be enough.
You can
Oh,
use
okay.
Because I have the same thing, so yeah, you can.
Oh, there we
add
go.
a +5 to
Okay,
it, so.
you succeed on the +5. Okay.
Yep.
+5. You succeed on the
22.
save. They have cast a 6th level fireball.
Oh shit!
Holy crap!
/R. That's 9, 10, 11 d6.
Hell, they're gonna burn their own restaurant down.
They planned for this. It's fine. That's gonna be 47 fire damage, I believe, halved. So 20. What's that? 23 fire damage.
It's sucky amounts, that's for sure. I am a
aiming
wizard.
to collect the insurance money.
Yeah. When this happens, their necks swing around the rest of the way, making a full 360, of course, towards the rest of you, and the room goes dark. Totally black. You feel your table descending, and when you wake up, or when the lights come back on, you're in a lounge. You're in a lounge space. It's comfy here. There are couches with red upholstery. There are silks draped over them, and plush tables that are full of food and drink. Passed out on 2 of these chairs, hooked up to some strange machines, are Bixby and I'm sorry,
Grover.
Bixby and Grover.
Ooh, yes, Grover.
It seems their blood is draining from them into a large tank behind their table. I see you raising your hand, Tally.
Yeah, did they try to put us to sleep?
No, this is more. You thought your table. It's like they just turned out the lights. The trapdoor under this table like descended, and now you're in the lounge.
Are they still with us?
Oh, they're still with you, and they're pissed. So unless you want to roll initiative, we gotta fix this quick.
No, I'm just stabbing one in the ribs while saying.
Cool.
I am also going to bring out my.
Hold on. Slow down.
What is modify memory?
Modify memory.
So
I attempt to reshape another creature's memories. One creature that you know, and that I can see must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
This is a whole lot of stuff. I can't read all this, so I will send it to you.
I can also, it's just called modify memory. I can look it up.
Yeah.
It's a complicated spell, but it's like awesome. And I think if you cast it at higher levels, you can modify a longer period of time.
Yeah.
But it's
Listen,
essentially what
though,
it says.
If you're fighting it as advantage, I'll give you the normal because we're not quite in initiative yet. Still hear you. While those charms last, you can affect its memory last 24 hours, last no more than 10 minutes. You can permanently eliminate all memory of the event. Change its memory or create a memory of some other event. Okay, so this is one target. Gotcha.
It's a do-over.
It's a do-over. What do I roll here? Just a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, it's a wisdom, 15 wisdom.
All right, so I'm gonna have you then. I guess I have to roll 15 DC.
Yeah.
Okay. That is an 18. I'm so sorry. Was that on the Lord or Lady Stoker?
Lord Stoker.
All right, Lord Stoker looks at you, and then he says, "You shall never peer the depths of my mind, floor wench. You are fired!" And casts Scorching Ray in your direction.
I have my stab ready in the rib.
Yeah, I had pulled out my sword
Yes,
ready
I think we need to roll initiative again here.
Yeah! Finally!
Alright. New initiative order. I am gonna resolve this Scorching Ray quick, and then Aphi, you will get your stab off.
Okay.
Before we do initiative.
17.
Ricardo.
Okay, who said 17?
Me.
Okay, so Puppy 17. Alright.
Oof.
Spot 17.
Ricardo got a 5.
Ricardo got a
your
5.
turn.
24 for Shane.
Shane got 24. Goddamn.
Heck yeah.
Tally got a dirty
I got
20.
it.
Tally got a dirty 20.
Yep.
I got a 19. I'm surprised as fuck. I guess lighting him on fire gives him some incentive to move.
Sure.
You know, like you do.
Alright, is that everybody? I have Shane, Tally, Jethro, Spot, and Ricardo. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Me, I got a 13.
Okay, perfect. Moira got a 13.
I believe floor wench was the last thing you called her.
I couldn't think of anything else. I'm a very uncreative DM.
That was
Okay,
brutal.
and then these boys gotta roll some big old dice for their big old britches. They're definitely not vampiric britches.
Definitely not.
No. Of course not.
And
Okay.
I'm definitely not built to have
but-
divine magic.
Definitely. Oh boy. That is a 14 for Lord. Alright, and then 15 plus so 21. Okay, so first thing I want to do, resolve this stab. This was on Lord or Lady Stoker?
I was on Lord Stoker,
Okay.
and it was a 24 to hit.
Okay, 24 hits.
With the flamey flame.
Okay.
Just getting the damage.
Okay.
Sneak attack?
Sneak attack. I think this was pretty surprising.
Okay. So 22 piercing damage and 5
Mhm.
fire damage.
22 piercing and 5 fire.
Mhm.
Understood.
And then initiative.
Love it. Perfect. Well, we gotta resolve this Scorching Ray. Scorching Ray targets 3 folks. Okay, and then actually this is gonna be at 5th level, I think, is the fun part to do.
Hilarious.
And yeah. So it's gonna target everyone except for Tally, I think. Range
Am
spell
I
attack
down-
for each ray. I'm gonna roll for one for all of them because that sounds much better. 13 plus whatever yours.
I was in a different part of the restaurant. Am I still up on my table?
I
on
think you were up
fire?
on your table, but there is a hole in the floor where your party was.
Yeah, but they were down below. So there
Right.
were
So we'll say the
multiple
scorching ray
floors?
hurts everybody but Jethro.
I'm just-
You're fine. You're fine.
I don't mind dying. I just want to be clear how I die.
You're fine. You're not dead yet. It's gonna be a 13 plus 3, so 16. Anyone with an AC of 16 or less, I need you to take 3 plus 6 is 9. Plus 6
Hey.
is 15. Plus 1 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. 17 fire damage.
So how do you
That's a
round? How do
miss.
you half that? Since it's
Round
not-
down, I
Eight.
believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
so,
go to the next lowest number and then cut it in half is the easiest way to do it.
Yep. So 17
8.
plus 60, so 8.
Okay.
And that's if it misses, no damage.
I believe so for this. For,
Yeah, there's not a
Scorching Ray,
save.
yes. Yeah. That there's no. It's all or nothing with Scorching Ray. All right. With that, we have initiative. First in the line, I see Shane with a 24.
All right, with my flame tongue rapier, I will stab on Lord Stoker.
Love it.
That is a 26 to hit,
Okay.
and 19 piercing damage. and
Nice.
11 fire.
Okay.
And
Got it.
Ooh, it's a 17?
17 is not going to do it, unfortunately.
I will, however, use the superiority die from the first attack and do a distracting strike.
Ooh,
So-
they have disadvantage not attacking you, right?
It's a little bit different. Let me just read it. So an additional 17 piercing.
An additional.
Yep.
Good lord. Okay. Got it.
Okay, so the next attack roll against the target, so Lord Stoker, has advantage.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm gonna action surge. That's what I need.
Oh, perfect. That's
So-
what we need right now.
I'm giving myself advantage.
Okay.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay. And 19 piercing, 7 fire.
Okay. Gotcha. Numbers are hard, folks.
18 to hit?
18 doesn't. Or, sorry, 18 does not do it.
Does not? Okay.
Oh.
No, that's okay.
I have a thing, but I have to say it before we know it misses.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will give a pause. I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that you had an
No.
ability. I will give a pause before telling
No,
you.
that's fine.
Okay. Next in the order actually is Lady Stoker.
I will use... Sorry, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and basically walk up the wall like 15 feet.
Love it. Okay, perfect. So sorry, I'll describe the room you guys are in. You're in maybe a 30-foot, like a 30 by 30-foot room. It looks more like a dingy bar than it does like the fine restaurant upstairs. There, of course, is your table, which is kind of in one corner of the room that has descended. Towards where the stage would be, you see two more small platforms. It looks like performers actually ascend onto the stage from here when they're actually being staged. And there are several of these very soft lounge sofas around. It's lit with a flickering red light. And behind every sofa, there is a tank full of blood. Or sorry, cranberry juice, whatever is your preference. It's red. And the Bixby and... oh my god, I always forget his name.
Grover.
Bixby and Grover are passed out on a sofa. We'll say across the room from you, Moira.
Okay.
A bit pale in the face. They've been hooked up to. So, Lady Stoker is going to reach across from the Lord and is going to smack. Give us some attack, you know? Alright, let me roll some d20s here. And smack you, Shane. Sorry, I was not specific.
I moved 15 feet out of the way.
Oh, you moved!
Yeah.
So, who's still at the table here? We got Moira, we got Tali, we got, Spot. I keep wanting to say Pup. I mean Spot.
That's fine.
And Ricardo. Alright, so let's go with Spot first.
Woo.
That is an 11.
No.
No? Alright, that is a 17.
No.
God damn! Alright. And that is an 11 again. This d20 is betraying me. I gotta use my big d20.
Dice jail.
Size
Dice
matters.
jail! I just put them in a jar of wax.
Here you go, Jitter.
Hey! Twinsies. Ooh. Alright, so you
My
see
DM
her
fucked me, guys.
inhale. After she misses these strikes on you, goodest boy, Spot, you see her kind of take a step back, breathe in deeply, and when she opens her mouth, her face contorts as though she is screaming, but no sound comes out. And the walls begin to shake. But then we're going to resolve that later. It is now Tally's turn!
Alright, so... seeing this going on, Tally is going to cast Aura Vitality. So in a 30-foot radius around us, healing energy radiates from me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to send Bosco up so they're next to whoever is next to the Lord and Lady. So probably next to Spot.
Gotcha.
Doggos.
And that heals them or amplifies healing? I forget.
It can amplify it.
Okay, perfect. Is that
It
for
can
all
do
creatures
both,
or just
but-
your allies?
It's so Aura Vitality is whoever I choose, and then if
Okay.
I use my Steel Defender to hit with as well, because they technically like have their own initiative, it just goes right after me. If they hit, then I can use them to also restore hit points.
Okay, perfect.
She's basically a battle medic, is what they are. So
I love this.
it's a way of playing a healer without playing a healer. So
A healer
I
can
do that a
kick
lot.
ass. Love it. All right, so is that your turn? Perfect. Okay, next in the order here, I have Jethro with a 19. You are still upstairs. What do you do?
In truth, I am, sir. What do I see? I saw the table. I don't know if I saw the table go down because it's black. But
Yeah,
I
it was dark.
I was
The lights-
burnt. There's a bunch of people still in here. This upper deck is on moderate fire. I'm
fire.
fucking unhappy.
Yeah.
What am I looking at here?
So you're looking at a hole in the ground where the table was. It's not like an explosion hole. It looks like cleanly cut. It's like a hexagon or something. Where your friends were, the lights kind of come back on after just a couple seconds of darkness, enough for the table to descend. And the nobles that were in the room appeared to be like confused or confounded somehow, as though their minds had been slowed. They look stunned, essentially.
Excellent. I have this little thing that I want to try. I don't use it very often, but it's called a 5th level fireball.
Hey.
Because the original job is to fuck this place up.
Oh yeah.
And it's all gone to hell in the handbasket. So I am going to cast it in the middle of the largest group of revelers and rich people I can find.
Yeah!
Murder!
And I
Just
cast...
kill a bunch of innocent people.
Toast the rich!
I believe innocence is a subjective term, milady.
Oh yes, certainly.
On some shit.
So
I know it.
So yeah, I believe that's a 20-foot radius and a whole bunch of D6s. You have
Roll
to
me some D6s.
Well, you have to give me a deck save, and you have to beat 17 on all of them.
Oh, they're rich old people. They're not going to get very far.
I don't think they're going to
Well-
beat that.
What was your save?
17.
That's an 18 minus 3. 15.
Almost. So close.
Almost. So close.
Hang on, I got to roll these 5 dice again.
I'm rolling a collective save because there's like 30 old people here.
Well, those 30 old people can take 37 points of fire damage. And then
right.
I holler, I said I want my dinner!
something, eat the rich. Okay. I think several of them are just dusted. There's ash where these people were. I think some of the other ones, there are some adventurers who perhaps wore some dressed up armor who are now retired and live in this city that are breathing but badly burned. And there's only 1 or 2 still like standing there, kind of leaned against the wall, staring at you, saying, "Why?"
A poor bad service, sir.
I don't work here. I own shares in the building.
Then you are at
Oh,
fault,
Lord.
sir.
And they sink to the ground unconscious.
Seems
This
like a
room is
horrible
well and
gas
truly-
leak.
Yes. This room is well and truly alight now, so you're on a time crunch to get out of here if you don't want to burn. So yeah. Anything else you need to do with your turn?
Nope.
Hello? No?
Plush?
Plush?
I think they're done.
All right, that's fair enough. Next in the order is going to be Spot. Aroof.
Just looking at the person who just attacked me, my ears just go back. I charge my head, and I raise my sword. That is a sunblade. and I charge forward with a divine smite at level 2.
Hell yeah. Pardon me.
And I'm gonna swing twice. The first one is a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And the
That's
second
max.
one is a 20, not natural 20.
Dirty 20. Is this
Dirty
lord or
20.
lady we're hitting?
We're going for the lady who attacked me.
Perfect.
And so the first one is a
damage.
divine smite with gets extra 1d8 radiant damage to creatures that are undead.
Yep.
So
I don't know
that's
if you've
going...
cottoned on. These are in fact vampires. So...
No!
What?
No, what?
I shooketh.
You solved
Alright,
my
so that's going to
vampire
be-
riddle.
3, 4.
Wait. They're vampires?
You solved my steakhouse puzzle. Congratulations, you get 1 crumpet.
I like.
How dashed are my hopes and dreams of this being a difficult fight?
That's 37 points for the first hit.
Dashed.
100%.
Haha.
Because they are undead, and that's what I'm built for, baby. And then the
gotcha.
second one does not have a divine smite into it, so it's just being
It's still gonna be roasty toasty.
yeah. 1, 3, these plus these. 17 points of damage for the second one.
17 points of damage for the second one. Okay, so it's 35 and 17.
Yes, I believe so.
You 52. Go. On a cracker.
And you just see a little bit of like foam at the.
Good boy, Spot.
Rabbit.
Good
Okay.
boy.
Next in the order is the Lord Stoker. Lord Stoker is going to actually look at you, Spot, and says, coughs up some dark blood, which he actually wipes on his beautiful suit. It blends in with the chrysanthemum color, and says, well, it seems we are unfortunately in need of some extra help. You shall do nicely. And casts Charm. I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw, Spot.
1 sec. 1 sec.
Okay.
Might have been a bad choice of target, sir.
Yeah, it might have been.
Me.
Hang on. Let me find the thing, because I believe I can't be charmed.
Really?
I think so.
Oh,
I
That'd be
do
pretty
declare,
sad,
honey
wouldn't it?
child.
Yeah, I believe so. Where is it? Sorry. Let me make sure it's this level.
Sure.
Whoop. Yeah.
Also, I found this emotes thing.
So 7th level, I have Aura of Devotion.
Okay.
Me and friendly creatures within 10 feet of me cannot be charmed while I am conscious.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Paladins, baby!
Oh, paladins are so fucking broken. I love it. Okay. Yes, the Lord Stoker looks at you. His eyes flash with that same red when he whipped his head around earlier, and he kind of waits for a second. Nothing
He's like,
happens. And he's like,
Ruh-roh.
you a dumb... oh, you a dumb bitch, aren't you? And then...
That is a good boy,
It's one
sir.
to know one.
Takes 2 legendary actions to, faster than your eyes can track, make a bite attack against you, Spot.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to use my Steel Defender's reaction to impose disadvantage on that.
Ooh, good idea.
Woo!
Bites are nasty. Woo! Alright, so, disadvantage. That is a 24
That hits.
and a 21.
They both hit.
They both hit. Fortunate.
Yes.
Alright, bite damage is going to be... 26 plus 4 plus 3d6 necrotic. So I'm gonna roll a d6. So that's gonna be 6 piercing damage plus 3, 5, 10 necrotic damage. Do you have resistance to necrotic as a paladin? I feel like that's something I remember seeing.
I don't think so.
And as the Lord bites you, his veins seem to become a bit plumper and more virile as you see them begin to pulse in his neck.
Ew.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I can't be like. I don't have resistance to necrotic.
Okay. That just seems like some paladin bullshit that wasn't read in.
Yeah, it might be a
next-
certain paladin, not this one.
Next is Moira.
Are Lord and Lady Stoker sitting next to each other? Like, are they next to each other?
They're kind of like voguing next to each other, like making some poses, looking very fancy.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Are they
cast
team rocketing? Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
they're incredibly. It's team rocketing. Moira's Meowth.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers at the 5th level, centering on the 2 of them. So when they each start their next turn, they're going to take what is it? It's just a little bit of damage. It will be automatically 10d4 of damage. So
10d4. Okay, and there's no save for that. It just happens on their next turn.
Yep.
Love it. All right. Is that it?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, next in the order is Shane.
Oh my.
Top of the order to you, laddies.
My. Okay, I will close the distance by launching myself off the wall into like a swan dive on top of Lord Stroker. And yes, I said it that way on purpose.
I hear ya. Listen, I spelled it steakhouse. You guys can do whatever you want.
And I'm gonna try and stab him. I just gotta check one thing because I was not prepared. That is a 27 to hit.
That's max.
Yeah, that's facts. 16 damage, 4 fire.
Okay, and that is to which target?
Lord Stoker.
Lord Stoker. Okay, 16 damage. Gotcha.
Dirty 20.
20 hits.
9 piercing, 4 fire. And I'm gonna expend another superiority die on that to make it an additional 26 damage piercing.
Okay.
And the next attack on it has advantage.
All right. So
And I
that's...
will disengage
Lord Stoker ain't doing so hot.
and skip away with a "Oh, bless your heart."
Oh, God. All right. Lady Stoker is next. Now, Spot, you smacked Lady Stoker with the radiant damage, right?
I did.
Perfect. So you see her reach her hand out in a dastardly pose to reach towards one of the blood tanks, where Bixby and Gordon are sitting, but no magic comes to her as her powers are blocked by the radiant damage she received.
Yay!
Moving on from that, she hisses at you and bares her pointed fangs, and it solidifies, yes, these are in fact vampires. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Wait, was
and
that
she
her turn?
No, so
Lady
the vampires have a
Stoker-
fun
sorry.
thing. At the start of their turn, they heal 20 hit points, unless they've taken radiant damage in the past round. Unless they're in running water or... what is it?
What?
Unless they're in running water or, like, looking in a mirror or something.
Daylight too, I think.
Yeah, something like that. You're in a basement. It's nasty down here. And she is going to do two melee unarmed strikes here towards Shane. I was actually gonna dash at you, leaving her husband.
Well,
do
she
this
takes
attack.
40 point. Not 40. 10d4.
That's right.
damage.
Can you roll that for me? Or do you want me to roll it on roll 20?
I can roll it. My rolls haven't been that bad lately.
Love it. Mine have. So it's probably better for you.
I'm sorry, she just dashed at me.
Yes.
She takes 25. points of
All right,
slashing
25.
damage.
Gotcha. 70, that'd be 67. Perfect. Okay. She's going to unarmed strike you for 8 plus 9, 17. Meets her AC.
Meets a beats.
Love it. Okay. And then 1d8. That is 12 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yep. and then is going to try and grabs underneath that and is going to bite you. Hopefully on the neck. We'll see where she can get. She'll take the back of your arm if you can. That's actually going to be a 15 to hit, so I doubt it.
That misses, and I'm going to use that to do another superiority die.
Spiders
my
are fucking
reaction.
mad.
I'm going to make a melee
Spiders are
weapon
bad.
attack against her.
Nice!
Gotta love battle masters.
Mm-hmm.
She was going for my heal and it didn't go so well.
19 to hit.
19 hits!
Okay. 10 piercing, 4 fire. And another 19 piercing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. Did I offend you in some way?
43. She says, "You have taken our steakhouse from us. You will suffer and burn."
You know, I know an orthodontist that could help you out with that stuff.
You see her kind of chuckle as her eyes widen with the smell of blood. Tally, your turn.
All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw my spear at Lady. At the lady.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so she takes 6 piercing damage from the
The
what do you
spear.
call it? From the spear. And then
And you're tinkering thing, right?
yep, which she takes another 5. And then my spear poofs back to me.
Okay.
Oh wait, and as a bonus action when that hits, then I'm going to do a branding smite as that hits.
Nice.
Which does so that does 2d6 radiant then to her.
Kobold
she
fight
takes-
hoping this is a deadly encounter.
She takes she takes 7 radiant damage.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And then my spear comes back to me, and then I throw it at the Lord.
Okay, yeah, Lady Stoker looks very bad off.
Yeah, it's
That's-
deadly, just not for us.
That's 28 to hit on the second one.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so he takes 6 piercing damage from that, and then instead of using the force damage, I'm going to use the healing energy from that to do 7 healing to Spot.
Okay, is that amplified by the field?
No, because I used my bonus action to do the branding smite.
Okay, cool.
So,
Yay! Thank you.
and then
Perfect.
Bosco takes his bite attack. That's only a 7. So,
Alright, sick. Yeah, that's not gonna work for it. Alright, next we go to Jethro. You're upstairs. You have a couple of smoking nobles, barred invisibly door, and I think that requires concentration.
Actually,
correct?
the door is no longer
Uh,
barred because I got hurt. I got that fireball on me.
I say your
and I
your
just
disguise
unlocked-
also dropped when you lost concentration, right?
Nope. Disguise lasts for an hour regardless.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
Yeah,
did you
so
skip Ricardo?
Oh my god, I skipped Ricardo. Ricardo, take a turn.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
Ricardo,
Jeff,
you
we'll
should
get to
go.
Okay. Ricardo
Fuck
is
'em
going
up,
to
Ricardo.
cast Bane
Yay.
on these two
I love
people. They
Bane.
need to make a charisma saving throw of
All right,
17.
They are pretty charismatic. They are business owners.
I figured, but Bane is still a pretty good one. 17 is what they got to
it'd be
be.
worse if they were landlords.
I rent. I can't speak too loudly. First one's gonna be a 22. Next
Okay.
charisma save. That's a natty 1 for Lady Stoker.
Okay, well, she is going to get a D4 off of all of her attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah,
Yes.
she is.
All right. Gonna write
Um,
baned here.
And then you know what? I'm going to have my little sugar sculpture spider homunculus attack
Tell them what?
on its turn.
Okay.
So, which it takes its turn right after me. It's going to make an attack. That's a +4. Boop. Boop. And that's going to be... Oh, what is that? Do the math for me. So 13. I'm going to give it one of my... sage advices from my scholar class to give a +5, so that brings it up to 18. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay. And I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Yes.
You're gonna get another turn here after Moira, so you're coming again. Jethro, sorry, back to you upstairs.
And also, Fireball doesn't break your concentration on your spell.
No, it
The
was
one he
getting,
ate in the face.
I take
Oh.
damage. I took like a shit ton, so I just dropped it. I got
Oh.
better things to do now. I have more fun things to do now.
Okay.
Can I get down? Can I get down the stairs in my movement action?
Yeah,
From
you can
where I'm
definitely
at?
do that. Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to face a bunch of people that are left that aren't burnt to a crisp, and
I'll
I'm
say
going to
the
cast.
line cooks are kind of trying to sneak out around the edge of the perimeter here.
Perfect. They're gonna love this. I'm going to cast
Oh no.
Fear in a 30-foot cone out from me. I don't know how many
I'll
people
get 'em.
that hits. But
It's all
yeah,
of 'em.
they're going to they're going to see me as an image of their worst fear, and they need to all make a wisdom save of 17. And I'm going to yell, "I'm going to eat you if I don't get my meal!"
Yeah, that's gonna be a 6 for their save. And because you are appearing as their worst fear, you are actually appearing as Lord and Lady Stoker to them right
Perfect.
now, holding hands so as to be one large being.
And they have to now dash as directly away from me to a safe spot as possible.
Okay. Sorry, I'm being corrected. You are Lord and Lady Stoker, sitting on the shoulders of Sharma Shawarma, their head chef.
Perfect. Whatever it is, they're scared shitless.
Yeah,
and
they're
gonna
out.
run.
They're done.
So
This is too much.
So I've terrified the cooks, and I've burnt a bunch of people to death.
Yep.
So I am going to twirl my cane as I whistle and saunter towards the kitchen now.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Take inspiration. I love illusion mages. Alright. Next in the order is Spot.
Woo.
I still
I
have so many.
am going to take a look at the lady,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to swing at her with another level 2 Divine Smite.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, girl, do it.
Ah, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, chat, for all the hydrates tonight.
Yeah,
Keep
seriously.
my voice smooth.
That's 27 points of radiant damage.
On which one?
To the lady. Is
Okay,
she still
so
standing?
fun fact. Nah, she burst into a cloud of black smoke. How do you do this?
I just run at her. And the moment that it just goes into a cloud of smoke, I just breathe it back
You do
out.
some sick vape tricks. You just blow some sick cotton out in the air.
And then I
vape
swing
the
around
gra-
to
the-
do a
the-
second attack at the Lord.
Okay, sick. Lord, yeah, roll to hit.
Alright, I'm going to also use my last level 2, because I don't have a lot, for him and see if I can. That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit. Jeez. He just He looks like has rabies at the moment.
Oh yeah, he's got the zoomies bad.
He goes zoom zoom.
Uh-huh.
That is 31 points of radiant damage.
Uh-huh. How do you want to do this one?
I'm just gonna be like, you're gonna smell so good.
Lord
just-
Stoker also bursts into a cloud of black smoke, and I'm assuming you all do some more sick vape tricks. As both clouds of black smoke combine into one, the vape flavor is in fact peach schnapps and sepsis, and they both fade away into the night as you have truly and permanently ruined the reputation of the Sanguinaire Steakhouse. I
am
imagine
going to set the kitchen on fire.
Yeah, no, for sure. I imagine the
I'm going to
escape that
fireball
follows-
the deep fat fryers.
Oh, absolutely you are. I imagine the escape that follows is full of maybe the more responsible party members trying to grab the rabbit and turtle party members and trying to yank you out of the building and
You
trying to
are
get
the
away in
nice
the cover of night.
He's
Yep.
going to leave after this. He's
Oh,
just
for
about out
sure.
of fun stuff.
Absolutely. And you all walk down the docks a couple feet. You see some fire griffins with giant buckets of water in their talons, ridden by the local watch, drop giant buckets of water on the Sanguinaire Steakhouse, try and control this fire.
Ooh, I
you-
want to fuck with
Find
that.
like a doorway nearby and do the thing.
Yeah, that's the plan. You want to fuck with the griffins?
If
No.
I get... yes. One of the firefighters get within 60 feet.
Sure. Go for it.
I would love to polymorph the fucker into I don't know, a kitten while they're flying
Okay.
with
The
their
griffin or
rider.
its rider?
Oh, let's do the griffin if I possibly can.
Oh, absolutely, you can. There's no roll in that, right? It just happens?
Hang on a second.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
It's a wisdom saving throw.
and I know they're
Griffins
not
are
shape
very
changers,
wise.
so you need
Yeah.
17.
Griffin. I can't imagine a griffin is so wise.
You know, just to add extra chaos.
And that was a 9. Yeah, so this griffin shrinks
Turns
into
into
a
a kitten.
Yeah, there's some there's like Wile E. Coyote hang time. The kitten falls into the bucket. The rider also falls into the bucket, and they both plummet into the wreckage that is becoming the Sanguinaire Steakhouse. You two arrive, or the group. Sorry,
I
the
never
group of
did
you,
get my meal.
You guys gotta leave a bad Yelp review or something.
I'm gonna come back
Please
tomorrow
leave-
and finish it off.
Please leave my name out of it. Please. We had a best do. I
Tally-
need to get hired somewhere else.
You lead the group down the dance. You pull a smoldering pack of cat hairs or whiskers and a chant, and you open the door of a fishery, chanting the Cat of a curtsy, and you all tumble onto the porch where Bambooliga is waiting, and he says, "Well, how'd it go?"
I want my dinner. Do you have some food? I didn't get a dinner.
Wait, quick question. Did we kill
Yeah.
Lord and Lady Stoker, or did they get just escape?
They vampire.
So when the vampire dies, yeah, they turn into poof of smoke,
And get
and
nailed
then
by
Huh?
a rabid doggy.
pretty much they turn into a poof of smoke and recuperate at their phylactery, essentially. It's coffin, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it went super well. In lieu of payment, I need you to get me a very good pro bono lawyer because I'm gonna sue the fuck out of them for copyright.
Well, I have
Uh.
Amalgam has many functions. I'm very excited to report.
Incredible.
Yes. Would you like to open new branch? There is a property that needs some repair, and I happen to be a chef on the market.
You know, The pocket dimension affords me ample space. I don't know that I need to expand right now, but I will contact you in the future. Again, I can send you a message at any point now that I know your faces. So yeah.
And you, I believe you are going to be acquiring some of your finer vegetables and herbs from my family's farm from here on in. You can keep your money.
Of course I am. Of course I am, Mr. Bentback. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. Well, all in all, I would consider tonight a Carpmas miracle. A warm evening, one and all. Thank you, everybody, for playing Dine Dash Destroy. It was an honor to DM for you folks, and I hope the chat has enjoyed as well.
I didn't get to kill enough people.
Yeah.
Right. Just quickly,
I saw my time was coming, so.
Quickly around the table again. Jitter, who are you? How'd you get here?
I am Jittersplat, also known as Cassie. I play a lot of multiplayer games. Valorant, D&D is my own game. I play Captain McCurtsey, where the adventurers of the Captain McCurtsey venture into Caldena to perform various acts of service in the name of Bambooliga. You can find me at twitch.tv/Jittersplat. I have a Discord. I have a TikTok. I post shit there. Bye.
Hopefully not real shit, because I think that's for a different
my day
website.
job as a nurse.
You dress it up.
Yeah.
Amy.
I am
Put some
Amy
sparkles
Ramsey
on
on every single place that you can find me, and I post and whatever the heck other nerdy kind of stuff I enjoy doing. So I'm always happy to have new friends.
Yeah. And as always, if you want to play in one of our one-shots, you might end up like Amy, and we adopt you and drag you in and force you to keep playing with us.
You can't escape.
Plush?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Plush Viking. I'm on Instagram at Flocking Insane Plush Viking. But mostly what I do is I build miniature terrain from garbage. I'm not sorry. I upcycle materials into fancy bits of terrain for D&D and tabletop other things. And in fact, I'm actually going to be doing my stream here on Twitch in about 30 minutes. So,
You are.
yeah.
The stuff
yeah,
you
I
post
am.
with the back there looks incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not as much fun watching me make it. It's really kind of like a sweary kind of Bob Ross. It's very mellow. But I do try to use the word fuck like a comma. So yeah, by all means, come have a conversation, come watch me build stuff, or, find something else to do, whatever.
And that's why you fit in so well with us, because fuck is in fact a comma.
It is.
Davey? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi, I'm dealing with my anxious cat.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes, I am Davey Jones over on the Warlocks and Waffles channel here on Twitch. We're about to finish up our current campaign with a holiday special on Monday, and then in the new year we'll be trying out a bunch of different random stuff. So come check us out.
Awesome. Becky, my love.
Hi. I'm BeatsByBecky. I stream mostly Dungeons and Dragons content. I'm on a little bit of a hiatus because my computer is in fact a potato.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to be back by January. You can find me on Instagram at There and Back again with 2 N's at the end. You can find me on TikTok at BeatsByBecky and on Twitter by BeatsByBeckyTTV, where you can check up and watch me forget and remember that I have Twitter with a monthly tweet.
Same though.
That's about it.
Artemis.
Yeah, I'm Artemis. I'm the content coordinator and social media manager of the Vactaire. Way to go.
No one has to know, Aphi.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nobody's gonna know.
How would they know?
I don't know.
Sorry, Artemis.
It's fine. I DM our game on Friday nights, play Aphi's game on Mondays, and I'm just sort of always here. I organize this nonsense. Whatever else Aphi needs.
Thank you for everything that you do.
Yes, thank you. And I'm Aphi. I direct most of this nonsense in the sense that I tell Artemis that we're going to do something and then they go off and make it happen. and I make pretty layouts and DM
Yeah, you
on
do.
Monday nights, starting again in January, Mistwalkers on the 2nd. And I'm in
Yeah.
Artemis's game on Friday nights. And I can pretty much found wherever somebody decides that they like me and they want to play and roll dice with me. So
Yeah, I'll take all the empty spots she doesn't fill.
yeah. So don't forget to check out our Extra Life team. Don't forget to check out our sponsor for tonight, CanadianDice.ca. You can use the code TheVactaire for 10% off your dice order. And check us out on Sunday for our next 10 days of tabletop. To be lots of fun. So, okay, thanks. And we're going to raid somebody. So stick around for the raid because we got to show love to our community.
Yeah.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
everybody.